Well, hello everyone, it is Christy, and it is Saturday Night D&D with the party. Chrisiousity is our dungeon mistress, and we are starting early because we're going to have a little off-air kind of pre-game revision. Now, so the background of this is... Yeah, sorry.
Off-air?
Well, sorry, no, a pre-game, not off-air. And the reason we're doing it on air is because it might be interesting for people to know like what the characters are strategizing as opposed to us doing this behind closed doors. So, and it's an extra 30 minutes of viewing people can get in. Anyway, a little background to the game. We started the game not streaming. And so there was a lot of the backstory and the starting information that people didn't get a chance to hear. But now that we're continuing on with this world and there's a larger plot, it makes a lot of sense for us to take some time now that we're a bit farther along and look back and try to see if we can put some pieces together. Also, Elsbeth had a dream about the abyssal creatures that are showing up on the continent. So yeah, that was the pretty much the idea behind this. And joining us right now is our dungeon mistress, Chrisiousity, the wealth of knowledge, the knower of all things in this realm. As well as
hello,
as well as micro and R&D, rhetoric and discourse. So that some people want to say hello, but
hello.
Yeah. So
I think it was like the first 5 games or something like that.
Yes.
That weren't streamed.
Correct.
It's true. Oh yeah.
There's a whole bunch.
And then there was stuff before that too, because Micro and I showed up halfway into things too.
Oh right.
Okay.
Already we showed up halfway in, and then everyone else showed up even more halfway in.
Yeah. Chrisiousity, I don't know how prepared you are to just talk about the opening scene of the story with the corruption and how it was managed and how it was broken apart. But
sure.
I think it might be
basically the little backstory thing we got.
Yeah.
I could actually even read it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I mean,
if you have it to hand. That is exactly like what we heard before, so it's perfect.
Let's see if I can find it. Give me 2 seconds to pull it up.
That's fine.
Because there was something, that was done to hold stuff at bay, and then that broke down. And so maybe part of our quest to fixing the corruption and stopping the end of the world is because we've been told a couple times now that the world is coming to an end, and we have a role to play. So
I'm starting to believe all the cultists now more and more.
Between your necklace and my dream.
Yeah. World is coming to an end.
I still don't trust. I still don't trust the necklace.
Don't trust many.
Well, no. Erasmus doesn't fully trust her. I obviously know that it's...
All right.
I mean, I guess it's fair. I'm the only one who actually has heard it talk.
Yes, it could just be your double personality kind of thing.
Yes.
Well, it's also a matter of the fact that, Erasmus would very much not like to take orders from another god.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Chrissy.
All right, so I will read out the corruption of Lirune. In the center of the beautiful and rich continent of Lirune, there lies a terrible blight known in the common tongue as the corruption. No one knows what caused it or quite what it is. It appeared about 1,300 years ago in the center of the continent, causing rot and decay from within the earth itself, and began to spread slowly but inexorably, mile after mile. And as it grew, so too did the incidences of monstrous encounters, dark magics, and other terrors within its vicinity. The greatest sages and bravest leaders of each of the 5 countries within Lirune, Penkirth, the city-states of Leona, Helvakar, Strakoi, and Moradia, all attempted to find some method of combating the plague. None of them were able to find the source of the problem or a way to reverse it. What they were able to find, however, was a way of halting it in its tracks. Just over 1,000 years ago, the 5 nations of Lirune signed a binding treaty of peace and concordance. The magics involved are lost to the mists of time, but within the treaty was placed a gaze, which bound a sort of, that's a Gaze is kind of an old Celtic term. It means sort of like a binding magical vow or inscription.
Oh, so it's like an oath.
It's
for
like
magic.
it's like an oath with magic in it, with magical power,
Okay.
which bound the nations together in mutual peace and harmony, and at the same time bound the dark power of the corruption, holding it in check and stopping its spread. For 10 centuries, this was enough. The nations followed the treaty, the corruption lay dormant, and the monsters all but disappeared from the lands. At the same time, the arts and sciences began to see advancements. The knowledge of war and bloodshed began to fade, even as wonders were invented in other areas. All was not perfect, of course. The cost of keeping the Gace was often sacrificing freedoms and liberties to the greater good of order and peace. Still, the cost of rebellion was too high for most to consider. All the countries had developed some way of blocking off the corruption. The massive Boldura Wall in Helvaker, the Vyklon wards in Leona, etc. But even so, no one wanted to take the risk. That is, until year 999 of the Pax. Huge celebrations were planned all over the continent, some lasting months at a time to commemorate the Great Treaty. The culmination was to be the leaders of the 5 nations coming together in the fortress of Asterenia, as they had 1,000 years before, to once again bind themselves to its power. But only 4 nations showed up. The royal family of Strakoi, a dragon-born family of ancient and powerful lineage, left by airship for Leona and disappeared over the Haspel's mountain range. Later, the scorched remains of the ship were found high in the mountains. The evidence indicated sabotage. Word came from Strakoi that High Chancellor Thekul Vyukrin, who had stayed behind to manage the country in their absence, had taken temporary control until a suitable heir could be found. The year is now Pax 1023, and he is still in command. Scant news comes out of Strakoi anymore, but what little is known involves a despotic, militaristic regime who have taken total control of the people. In the meantime, the corruption has awoken. It strains at its barriers with strange lights and foul winds. Once again, monsters are wandering the land and attacking the unsuspecting. The people of the nations have struggled to adjust to a new world, and roving bandits have taken advantage of their overtaxed security forces. Rumors of war are in every country. 1,000 years of peace have left them without the knowledge or skills for this terrifying new world. And that's it.
So that's one thing I think we've mentioned it, but that thing wasn't streamed. Is that we are part of an organization called the Candlewick Society, which has been set up. It's sort of secret. It's been set up to retrieve powerful artifacts in an attempt to prevent them from being used in the war that is feared to be coming.
Yep. So, do you guys have any questions or thoughts or anything after hearing that, or on the dialogue or anything?
So we're in a situation where we found one thing that wasn't we might have found more than one thing. We still need to figure out what the fuck the Trifork is.
The trident?
Yeah, trident, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, I've confused it with the Danish word. So I made a weird portmanteau. Yeah, the trident, if that's a powerful artifact, but the question is, do we want to like after we have figured out if it is, do we want to continue trying to find more powerful artifact and continue that mission, or do we want to start working to figure out like what's going on, or like more than just like taking an active investigation rather than just like picking trying to remove the world of the artifacts.
Right, just going from treasure to treasure.
Yes, that's
kind of why I wanted to have this discussion.
yes.
Because the other thing that we need to put together is we did defeat that evil professor who was an elf, right?
Yes, we did. Their Nazi elf.
Yes. And can you remind, like, let's replay in our minds, like, the scenario. There was something going on. We know that there were raiders and there was disturbances, I think. That was what drew our attention. But what did we learn about him? That he had secret dealings?
He is part of a nationalist elven movement called the Bleeding Book.
Bleeding Book, I don't know. Which
is also... Well, it was called something like Libra Sangria or something like that. It means the Bleeding Book in Latin, if I remember correctly. Which is also why that's why we remember. If you remember, that's why we chose to go to Helvaka rather than to the Elven area, because we would like to be hunted by the rest of them because we killed him.
The nationalists, yes.
Yeah, the nationalists.
Okay.
And their thing is that they want to keep magic. They want to keep, if I remember correctly, they want to keep magic to themselves. Like the elves should have all the magic-ish.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see. I'd forgotten all of this. Now, R&D, your Chronos piece is giving you some cryptic hints.
Yeah. So yes, I gave some money back to an old man and then died and then undied. And then found a little medallion that talks to no one except for Blue.
Well, I think it talks to the person wearing it.
No, Elspeth has worn it and hasn't talked to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's just you.
Yep, just Blue. Because we did a thing where we gave it to Elspeth, and then it could still talk to me and warn me that you guys weren't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then we ran over and helped out.
I like how I have remembered all the lore stuff from the beginning, but like four sessions.
This happened like 4 weeks. Yeah, this was like a month ago.
Well, that's why I thought it would be a good idea to kind of pool our memories and
recap,
also have the DM here to like keep us on track or correct stuff or provide background. So
no, makes sense. But yeah, so I asked why Kronos had decided to turn back time just to save Blue, and it turns out that he likes cats, or wants Blue to be a good kitty, and if possible to save the world, which was kind of where we were like, okay, some shit's going down. And then we also have like cultists pretty much constantly around us who are talking about the end of the world. So
yeah, doomsday preachers.
Yeah, so it sounds like the end of Blue and Kronos are not, or Blue is not the only one hearing voices about the end of the world.
Right.
Other creatures are also hearing.
So in the last session, Elsbeth received a prophetic dream that talked to her. Well, the thing that I mostly remember about it, other than it had some powerful emotional things to do with her character, was this piece of information that it was repeated that a threat, sort of like the world is going to end. Also, that there's a link to the abyss. And Elizabeth fortunately speaks Abyssal. So I went and did some research because I figured her character would learn about the culture and the perspective as well to understand the language to speak it proficiently. So what I learned about the Abyss is that it is a place of chaos, that it hates order, And this is also, I learned, I was saying to Micro before you guys joined the conversation, the difference between demons and devils. That devils are lawful evil, whereas demons are chaotic evil. And when you think about, well, it was pointed out in the dream that the creatures that we're facing have a link to the abyss. And so what might be the case is what I think she's thinking about is, or would share with the party, is maybe the corruption is because there's some kind of connection with the abyss dimension, and it's trying to get through and kind of destroy order, because that's what chaos is. That's what the evil chaos wants. It just wants like a massive primordial chaos and no order or structure or hierarchy or anything. So maybe there's some...
Sounds fun.
Huh? Yeah. If you don't like being...
it's an evil chaos.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not a good, happy chaos.
Yeah.
I will point out, because Reverence isn't here, I will point out that he has had visitations from his grandmother, who is a devil, a lawful evil being.
No accounting for relation.
Yeah. I mean, it's really a distant grandmother. And this particular, she's made overtures to him, which in context, I don't remember if he told you anything about.
I don't think he's ever done that, no.
Okay.
We know that he's been visited by something, but that seemed like a bigger thing.
All right. So I guess I'm breaking through the fourth wall here to tell you this. So apologies.
That's fine.
So you can, your characters can forget they know, I guess. But, and this is something Elspeth would know. Devils and demons are at war with each other.
Yeah.
An
They have an endless war.
Yeah. So if creatures from the abyss were trying to take over a plane of existence, it can be assumed that for one thing, all good gods and beings would be against that happening, and that also devils would probably be against that happening too, if only to prevent them getting a leg up or a beneficial foothold anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yes. They don't want to get the advantage of... Because there's something about, like, what, devils get souls for energy or whatever, and anyway, yes. So...
they make contracts to get souls. That's how they rise within the hierarchy in their world.
Yeah. So we might... I'm thinking, Elsbeth would be then wondering the link here is the chaos is entering the world, and that was the pact was about peace and order, which is the counter to chaos.
Oh, so that's why it worked.
Mm-hmm. So there's a larger question of who, maybe somebody in the kingdom, the chancellor obviously sold out. But was it like a temporary sellout thing, or are they waiting for something bigger to happen for chaos to enter the world, and they think they're gonna be with the winners?
They are just trying to start chaos to come out on top.
Correct.
Mm.
So
I mean, technically speaking, if we could just get him to sign to go and sign the contract, sign the pact again, then it would all be solved. Let's go convince the mad military tyrant. That sounds easy.
So then there's this dark. Is it just an elf, or is it a dark elf? We've seen them a couple times?
No, he's a normal elf.
Just a normal elf.
He's just edgy.
He's just
he's blonde. Remember?
No. I just remember general things. I didn't visualize them that clearly. And he's kind of been skulking around us and talking crap about us. But is that because he's following us because of we took out maybe his boss or one of his friends?
I'm almost certain he's part of the nationalists.
So yes, the question is then like, yeah, where do we want to go? So there are these items to collect, but maybe what we need to do is take them and use them to fight, not collect them all and hide them away, because they're not going to do us any good against chaos if they're locked
so
in a
far
room.
we haven't found anything that would be useful for a fight.
Oh, we found the gazing things, right? The eyes. Is that what it was that we took back to the school?
Yeah, we found the book that with the tongue on it.
Oh yes,
The one where because me and Reverence looked in it, we now have Vecna watching us.
Right. Okay.
You also found a sword.
But that was moved to we didn't keep that, did we?
No.
That was like handed back to the
magic item we really kept are the rings.
Yeah.
The 2 rings, and that's it. We've pretty much given everything else away.
Well, the trident, but just because we haven't had it like appraised to see whether
assuming it's magical, we don't know that.
Yeah. So that was kind of like, I'm glad you guys are filling in some pieces for me too, because there were bits that I'd forgotten. So, and we're now 2 minutes away from our official start time. So that was time. Anything else? Anyone else want to jump in on anything? The Candlewick Society. There's some druids. Obviously, I have a message for a druid if we ever run into her, Mushroom Lady. But I can't really think of anything. Is maybe the DM? Is there any huge plot points that we're overlooking, or anything that you wanted to make sure we remember?
See, the thing is, like, I even though there is a story going on, I do want this to be something that the characters direct their story, go where they're interested in going and figure out what they're interested in figuring out. So, I mean, I think the only thing maybe is that there was that situation with the eye of the demon prince that has gone missing.
That's been a bit. That was like a month or 2 ago in game.
So sorry, who went missing?
We found that, or what was it, orcs? Or
ogres.
Ogres.
Yeah, there was the ogres we defeated that had the big glowing stone that was like an eye that was chucked into the forest.
Oh, right, yes, that stone, the stone eye.
Yeah, that I couldn't quite get there fast enough to do anything about.
Yeah. And then I had a fucking vision quest because I rolled so high on a religion check.
All right, so
the other thing, and I'm not sure. I mean, this is something that you guys, most of you would know anyway, and I think that it was brought up, but I think it was brought up and then just dropped as one of many strings.
Yep.
But it's something that would be on your character's mind. So I feel that it makes sense to throw it out. There has been long-term rumors that one of the royal family of the Strakoi survived. In fact, an infant, a baby girl. And it's one of those things that you don't know if this is just somebody's wishful thinking and they're coming up with, all these weird stories, or if there's some truth to it. The idea was that she had been taken away by Ukraine's peoples in the so that he eventually wanted to marry her and sort of take over.
To legitimize,
right, correct. But something happened and she disappeared. But there are and have been people looking for her. She would be a golden dragonborn. However, there's no one has seen them. But one of the things that people are waiting for is that she has until her 25th year to come forward and announce her intentions to the throne, should she want to take over. Right. Should she want to?
So she was an infant at the time that the takeover happened.
Right.
So she would be how fast do dragonborns age? Would she be Would she be considered an adult now?
Yeah, she would be considered an adult now. She would be 24 years old. She was about a year old at the time.
Okay.
So that is why people are gearing up now for war. They assume that he is waiting for the amount of time that technically she's still considered possibly a royal member of the family could come forward. If she doesn't come forward, she loses her the ability to take over anyway by law. It's sort of, you have until this age by ancient law to come forward and say, yes, this is me.
Okay.
I think we probably didn't put that together with the initial crash and politics.
No, I didn't realize that at all.
Yeah, so it's good pieces to put together.
I think this is sort of, I think it came up in a couple of random conversations that you had way back in Penkirth, and because it's never come up again. Yeah. But I do think it's something that your characters would be aware of.
Right.
Because it's part of their ongoing.
They wouldn't forget it. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the only two things I can think of that.
No, that's good to know, because I mean, obviously, it's a big plot point. So, in terms of making decisions on what we want to focus on and where we want to go. So, before we officially start the game, anyone R&D, you've been kind of quiet for a while. You having any thoughts on this?
Let's see. The only thing that. So there's two things that I know that I kind of wish we had either pursued more or had stayed back and dealt with, which was the eye thing, and then also that random raiders that stole the nose thing. That was. I feel like that's a magical item, and there might be more to that.
Well, we know what it does. It allows you to sniff out specific objects, but it leaves you with a pig nose.
Yeah. That's true.
So I feel like that might be also a useful thing to
follow up on.
But I'm not sure we would getting that back seems.
Well, maybe we could pick up the trail of it somewhere else.
I feel like our first priority should be finding out what the gemstones we have on us are worth, and the reason we came to Skyygurd, the trident and the gemstones. Figure that out, and then look for the elven bastard.
Okay, didn't we?
Because having him follow us, no matter what we choose to do, having him follow us and spread rumors and shit is only gonna make our life harder.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It already has made our life harder.
Yes,
exactly.
But we did a big cash out last time. Remember, we went a shopping trip. So we haven't had we've got the Wolfie fight chest. We've got a normal another chest, and also we've got the 635 gold pieces from Jim.
Oh, we sold the gem, right? So
right?
Yeah.
So it's just the trident.
It's just the trident.
Need to find someone we trust.
We came to Skyygurd to find some because we assumed that there'd be someone there who would be able to figure out what this was, if it's magical or not.
I think
also we divined that this is where what's his face is supposed to be at.
Yeah, or smack talker.
That too.
Yeah, the one thing is we probably don't want to go flashing it around, so maybe we can find someone who connect us to the school. We can find a way to get a message to the someone in the Candlewick Society. And so we need to be on the lookout for people with wicks on their wrists. Okay, so yeah, it's 5 after. So thank you, everyone. This is really super helpful, I think.
Yeah. And our last party member should be on his way.
Yeah.
He's currently setting up and turning on his computer. So.
Oh, excellent. Okay, well, perfect. That's great timing.
So on the Twitter.
Excellent.
On the Twitter.
When it comes to so where were we? Were we in the middle of a day? Have we had a rest?
We were in a queue.
To
get into Skyygurd.
That's right. Okay, I remember now. It's so silly how I don't remember, and then as soon as you say it, all comes flooding back to me.
That's pretty normal.
Yes.
Yeah, we may want to just wait for Reverence to come in, and then because he wasn't here last week.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
and
he'll need a
also
briefing. True.
He is
he-
to a large extent the face of the party, considering he's the one with the highest charisma score.
Yes,
That's true.
Yes, because you don't want me and Erasmus to try to.
I mean, my
On our way
charisma
to
score is
anything.
bad, but I'm also currently like I think I turned myself in to look like a dwarf. I can't remember. No, I just pulled my hood up.
Yeah.
I didn't.
And I have a shopping list for components. So I have.
Oh yeah, you do.
If I want to locate persons, and there's a couple other things that I'd like to, like for instance, I'd like to buy the components for a revivify spell in case anybody dies. I think that would be a good thing. I'd like out of the kitty. So just some group healing spells and other things to make sure we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
Oh,
It does.
so we can do that in Skyygurd once we get in. Ooh, it's so exciting.
Skyygurd.
I don't think Blue's ever been into a city, so
Really?
he's a monk. Literally a monk.
Oh, I have a question on tactics because I've been.
Wait, we've been in a big city. We were in the big Newflem.
I think this is bigger.
Well, it's bigger, but Newflem was not a small town. It was still like it was big enough that it had like districts.
Oh.
All right, so in terms of battle tactics, because we're using the theater of the mind rather than the grids. So would it be possible? I want to ask this before we get started, and we have time now, so it makes sense. A lot of my spells involve concentration, so I don't want to get hit, but I want to stay close enough to be able to like shoot things. But I'd like to be able to take cover, and I was wondering if Reverence is big enough for me to take cover behind. Can I use him as natural cover? Like put him between me and the enemy? That's not to say the enemy couldn't run around him, but just in terms of cover, how would that work?
Generally, no, because you guys are the same size.
I thought he was
that
really
they're-
huge.
I mean, he's big. Like
Yeah, but you're the same. You're both
compared
medium.
to you, he's probably like bigger.
I can hide.
size.
I can hide behind him.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as like D&D, the rules are concerned, you are the same size.
Okay, for cover purposes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how like there's tiny, small, medium, large, and gargantuan or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, you technically are the same size.
All right.
I think we all are, except for Erasmus. I think Erasmus is small.
I'm small.
Okay.
I'm small.
Don't get used to me asking, is there anywhere I can take cover? As a question when we start to rolling initiative. So
remember, as long as you're not surrounded by like people with melee attacks, you can also like dropping prone is a free action.
yeah, and
So
getting
you can
up.
always drop prone, and that at least for range attacks, if I remember right, even if there's no cover, dropping prone for range attacks, you get
Correct.
cover.
Yeah,
Or some amount of cover. It's not like full cover, it's some amount of cover.
Yeah, I think the way that I remember someone describing it is if you are doing a range attack and you drop prone, you can always use half your movement to stand up and fire. But if you're in melee, someone gets advantage on you if you're just lying on the ground. So you need to keep the distance. But that's going to be a little bit harder in the theater of the mind than it would be in on a grid. So I just, but
Well, you can always look for things to be behind.
that's what I was going to say. Like, Chrisiousity should get used to me asking what's
What
around
can I
us.
hide behind?
Yeah.
All the fights from now on are gonna take place in blank rooms.
Yeah. I also spent some time.
Just endless salt flats.
I also sort of went through my spell list and I've noted all of my spells that are bonus actions. And because it's already marked if it's concentration. So then I can have my bonus action, I can hold the concentration spell and then do something with my action. So yeah, I'm feeling optimized.
There's something weird with spell casting and bonus actions. You can't, and again, this is also going to be up to Chrissy, not me. So, but rules is written: if you do a bonus action spell. Your action can only be a cantrip.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
which makes sense.
Not an
because-
action spell, but a or
Not
if
an
it's,
action spell.
yeah. But if it's
It has to be a cantrip with the 1 action duration, which I think is like all of them, but I could be wrong. It might not be all of them, but it's most of
I
them.
think there are a few that are bonus actions.
there's
Yeah.
not actually they're not really good. Like I went through them and I noted them all. Healing word, for instance, a bonus action.
Yeah. So you can do like healing word and then like a fire bolt.
Yeah.
But you can't do like a healing word and a fireball in the
Yes.
same turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird like that. I really don't like that. I know I understand why they put it in that way, but it makes it unnecessarily confusing.
Well, I don't like the problem is like you could do stuff like Misty Steps, for example, which is a bonus action spell, which is like really good. If you could like cast another spell using your action after it, you could like get into position with it and then just fire fireball.
Yeah.
That would
I understand why it's there. Yeah, like there's some overpowered combination, and that's why the rule is there. Like I know why it's there, but it's such a weird way to write that rule that is very confusing.
Yeah, it could have been done, but
yeah.
I was just thinking more like I could hold a concentration spell I'd cast from the previous round, use my spiritual weapon as a bonus action, and then I still have my action to do something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can still do your scimitar or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can have you're so magical you can have multiple things going at once.
Yes, and then I can use one of my bonus actions as my action, like healing word.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm really fine tuning my cleric. She's optimized. She's purring along now.
I'm not optimizing anything. I'm just picking things that Erasmus would think would be cool. That's how I'm building this character.
I have a feeling that she might start taking levels in fighter once she hits 8th. After that,
actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, she's kind of getting
Make
drifted.
her like a warrior
Cleric.
Yeah.
Well, she's getting,
true.
she picked up the whatever.
You could always take you could take Warcaster if you want to go that route.
Yeah.
It's a feat that would help with your concentration.
Yeah, that probably
keep
would
concentration
help.
spells.
Yeah, once we hit 8th level. So.
Yeah.
Where is Jess?
Of
Where's Jess?
He's working on getting in.
I think he said in the past that his computer takes
his computer is quite slow.
Okay.
To load up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Computers.
Oh, computers. Such silly things.
Is he in roll 20 yet?
Nope.
Nothing, huh?
Yeah, but we do probably
give him a bit.
I don't know. While we're sitting in the queue, I'm going to sit around and clean Medi. I don't think I've done that.
Yeah, actually, check in with Medi.
Haven't.
Medi, you can see how Medi's
speaking
doing.
of Medi, might as well give him a clean while we're sitting in line.
All right. That we can definitely do.
So, who's in this queue?
Roll a perception check.
Hey, we're gaming.
People.
It's hard to see when you're looking both through goggles and have your hood up.
It's true, and many of them are dwarves. You can definitely tell that.
Are there any markets outside the city walls where people are trading?
Yes.
Stalls. Excellent. Well, I'd like to go shopping then.
You probably might be able to find some of your components.
Yes.
And step out of just stepping out of the queue.
You can.
No, you guys.
We can hold the line.
Yeah. Reverends can stand in the line for us.
Oh.
Sure, Reverends can stand in the line.
I'm staying in the line too.
Great.
All right. All right. So let's start with Blue going ahead and cleaning Medi. So you've got all the stuff and you start to shine him up and he starts to gleam, or they start to gleam. There's no real gender to the medallion. And his voice comes to you and says, "Oh, finally got around to me, did you?"
You know we were stuck underwater, like in an underwater cave for a while.
I do remember. I hated it every minute.
You only got wet once. I made sure of that.
Sure.
Oh,
Everyone else in the queue is finding it totally normal that you're talking to yourself.
Making space around him.
Well, I will say one thing. I know a lot of time has gone by, and I don't know what's going on, but you may want to hide me away when it comes to being inside Skyygurd. I seem to remember they had very strict laws about gods.
You think the other religious folks need the same warning?
I don't have any I don't have
You
anything.
can't hear this conversation.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you can really hide the fact that they're what they are, but you at least could just tuck away. It's me. I don't know. You can do whatever you want. It's not my business.
All right. Hey, Minnie, I had a question for you.
Okay.
Do you like being a medallion, or would you be okay being a gauntlet?
Oh, but I am a medallion.
Well, right now
you
you
like
are.
being a cat, or would you like to be a tree?
You have the option to change.
I don't know.
So I was thinking, I would go into Skyygurd, and we buy this like cool leather strap thing, and I could have you like on my wrists rather than hanging off my neck. And that way, whenever I punch somebody, they'd see you punching them too.
And does that also mean that when they punched you, they hit me in the face?
I mean, that's probably already going to happen because you're on my chest. And that's like the most of me.
Well, I mean, I never thought about it before. I mean, I suppose what color would the leather be?
Oh, let's see. I'm gray, so probably something lighter. Nothing too dark.
Oh, could be white. You could get white leather.
We could get white leather. That might be expensive, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, well, if you're going to do it, go in style. That's what I say.
Okay. This is a good plan, Minnie. We'll do this.
You're in the queue, right?
Oh yeah, no, I'm still in the queue.
Talking to themselves.
I'm just
cleaning a medallion and talking.
I'm staring at him, trying to figure out what the fuck this conversation is about. That I can only hear half of is about.
Well, can I say something, Blue? Would you mind? It frightened me a bit to be in the cave.
Why did it frighten you to be in the cave?
Well, I don't know if you remember when we met. I was deep underground, and I had been for so many years, and I kept thinking that something horrible would happen, and I'd end up trapped in this underground cave for another 1,000 years.
You have a claustrophobic medallion?
I do have a claustrophobic.
Give me land, lots of land, and the open skies above. Don't fence me in.
It's okay, Maddie. Look, we're outside, and I grab him and just hold him above my head.
I much prefer it. Yes, I'm wondering, promise me, if you're going to die, which you are, I mean, eventually you folk always do, it's a thing, but when you die, don't do it underground, please.
I promise to leave a will behind so that you can be transferred to somebody new.
Elsbeth over here said, "Oh, it's a beautiful medallion. I'll wear it."
I am beautiful. Well, all right then. I appreciate that. And I do hope you don't die anytime soon. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that, I've been around a bit, and I know that eventually cats die. Not like medallions. Medallions don't die.
I don't know. I think monks live a very long time. We have very good diets, and we exercise a lot. Yoga is very good for you.
I have heard that. Well, carry on then. It's a deal. And the medallion goes quiet.
All right.
So is it gleaming yet?
It is sparkling. It is fabulous.
So what did your friend have to say?
Oh, that he doesn't like being inside. Also, yes, also that I should hide him because I think the city might be a little bit on the less friendly towards gods thing. So I don't know if you two, reverence probably also.
She tucks her holy symbol
I don't
under her chest.
have any holy symbols on me.
I do.
Yeah. So we might
Unless
all
the
wanna...
runes on my pipe counts.
I don't know.
I don't know that runes, that's just magic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Someone who
yes,
can't
if you
read
have symbols, we might want to tuck those away.
Okay. No displaying the holy symbol inside the city walls. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now Elspeth wanted to go shopping about.
Yes. Not quite sure if there are high-end shops on, like, gems, jewels, and gems, stones, or whatever. But I do need some fur. I need bloodhound fur and an extra dollop of fur from my lightning bolt as well.
That you could probably get. Roll investigation.
Okay. Is there going to be a bloodhound around? I'm just going to go steal some of its fur. I don't think that's very nice. It probably needs it. Investigation.
Well, dog shit, I suppose. Let's see. You do find, you don't find like a furrier per se, but you do find large stables. And inside these stables are, among other animals, are a variety of different dogs, mastiffs, bloodhounds. There are animals that could be used as mounts, and just like various like farm animals.
All right. Is this just to collect or to buy? I'm sorry. Didn't quite catch that.
These are. It would appear that they are. There is no. Yeah, okay. You don't find a furrier. You find someone selling animals.
Okay, got it. Okay, so I inquire if I can get some bloodhound fur in particular, and then just some deer fur. I guess that'd be nice.
Okay. Roll persuasion.
Oh, okay. Hello, fine sir. I'd like to buy your wares. Or not.
It's because you were talking to the weird talking cat. Who was
Maybe.
talking to his medallion.
Are you with her?
Oh no, I was in line.
She went alone.
Mm-hmm.
She went alone, yeah.
So the person that you're looking at right now, a red-headed young dwarf who looks a little surly at you. And says, what do you want?
I am looking for blotches or strips of fur, in particular bloodhound fur, and maybe some deer.
Strips of fur.
Yeah. I don't need a whole animal carcass. I just need, some of the fur from it.
That's pretty sick.
Well, oh.
Wait, okay. Out of the game, do you mean like you need like
I need
like,
fur as a component for a spell.
No, but is it like do you need the skin, or if you just like cut it off, the hair off it?
Well, it just says fur. I don't quite
Hello.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey, I'm trying to negotiate a
Is
fur
it
sale.
already say strips of fur?
I was like, well,
Wait, so what's happening here?
I'm trying to buy
Trying to buy
components
things.
with really
Oh.
bad persuasion.
We're not doing very good at buying things.
Do you not have a components pouch?
Not in an explorer's pouch? No.
Well,
components.
these are. I think they get expended.
No, they don't. Unless there's unless there's a wealth cost on it, they don't get expended.
Oh, so you don't actually need them.
All right.
Like it's just kind of implied that you get it because that would be
But
weird to go around
Bloodhound
collecting
fur
spider
seems
webs.
pretty specific.
Well,
Check the spell. What spell is that for?
And that's for locate person, which is what we wanted to
It
do.
might be because we did have to buy the one thing last time so that we could do divination.
Yeah, but that was expended, I think.
yeah, that was a price on that one. So
Mostly-
if it costs a gold or more, then that would be the thing you track.
Okay, well, mostly we were filling time until you got here.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we can.
Yeah, this
go through
doesn't
and-
concern. The fur of the bloodhound isn't.
A plot point.
Consumed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I got called in. Like as soon as I got here, I got a call again, and there was a girl who locked herself out of her apartment. And I was like,
Oh
was like,
no!
really? I got to go back and unlock an apartment for you. And then I was like getting my stuff ready, about to text y'all, and then she's like, call the emergency line again. She goes, hey, I just jumped across my balcony and opened the back door. I was like, you should just whatever. Cool.
Well, at least you did it before it started.
That's true. That's true.
Well, she called me first. So
Yeah, as opposed to jumping the fence. That's true.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was what the extra delay
Okay.
was.
Well, I do need to get powdered silver and some diamond bits if we want to revivify spell in our back pockets, and a piece of iron and a crystal rod. So I still have a little bit, but I can maybe just do that shopping not in character.
That might be an inside the city.
I think that's probably inside. Yeah, I don't think there's so.
Agreed. When do we get in?
All right,
What did I miss?
yeah,
Nothing
let's,
really.
Oh no, a whole lot because you weren't here last week, so you missed
Oh,
everything.
okay, yeah.
We did a divination spell and found that edgy elf boy who's been talking shit about us is in Skyygurd. So we went to Skyygurd. We are now outside the city gates of Skyygurd, standing in line, waiting to go in. It looks like there's some sort of like customs kind of dealio ahead of us.
We are being British.
Yes, we're being
Wonderful.
British.
Wonderful.
And
And-
Blue learned from the medallion. They're pretty religiously intolerant here.
Oh yes, so we have to
So
hide on.
hide your holy symbol.
Mhm.
And then
Okay.
also in the pregame discussion, Chrisiousity reread the opening thing, which hadn't been heard by the other two characters before. And we were reminded that the reason why there's rumors of war is because apparently there's like this, possibly a secret daughter somewhere who escaped the death of her parents. Right now there's an evil chancellor ruling a place that starts with S. I can't remember the name. Chrisiousity.
McCoy.
Yes. And she's like shortly going to be turning 25. And if she wants to reclaim her throne, she'll have to come forward soon in order to do that. Because after she turns 26, apparently it's like statute of limitations. You can't do it anymore.
Oh no. She did. And then we shot her in the head in the other campaign.
Turns out it's the same princess.
It's all one universe.
Princess would be
They've
a
been-
dragonborn.
Yeah.
They've been working together.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
City gates. Yeah. Waiting to
Shitty
get to the
Gates, you
front.
guys are in line. In line. Any questions before you go in?
No, not really.
No, we can kind of brief Jess on some of the stuff about the abyss and dreams and stuff at the end of the show rather than now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you have some fun going around and not getting along with shopkeepers. You end up coming.
Are we
Struck
level
out.
8 now, by the way?
Yeah.
We're level 8, right? Okay. Let me just edit that. Okay.
Sure.
And now I have aura protection.
Oh, are we
Sorry.
level 8?
No, are we?
We were a 7.
Wait.
7?
So-
We're level
Level
7, yeah.
eight
We're
in the
level
other.
7. We're level 8 in the other one.
We
Yeah.
leveled up the
From
last time I
6
played.
Yes,
to
from
7.
6 to
6 to
7.
7.
Okay.
And I was just making sure I had everything written down on my character sheet. Before
Yeah. Because 7
Right.
is not very exciting for clerics.
Okay, yes, I have Sacred Oath. Okay, yeah. So I have the aura protection against magic now. So everybody around me gets my aura of protect or gets advantage against spells,
Ooh.
which is probably the best thing on this subclass does.
I already get like advantage on dex things, so this would be good.
Well,
Well, I
if you were
think
near me, you get also advantage plus 4.
Ooh.
Do you like how near though?
10 feet is the aura. The same aura that the charisma aura is as well.
He glows.
So you have to be pretty close, in other words.
Yeah, which
Within 2 squares,
Yeah.
of me.
2 mental squares.
So basically,
Mental
everybody is going to just like walk arm in arm with Reverence at all times.
Like I said, I wanted to try to hide behind Reverence, but I don't get disadvantage on people's attacks, but I'll still do it.
The mental squares where telepaths meet up psychically.
Okay. So you're in line anyway, and it takes a bit of a while. The people appear to be that this is just normal business as usual. Nothing appears out of the ordinary. Nobody appears nervous or anything. And you make your way through bit by bit until eventually you get to the gates themselves.
What's our marching order here? Who gets there first? I would assume we would put Reverence in front.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure, yeah, but we're all pretty much like together.
Yeah, I
We're
think
trying
just
to go
walking
in as a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to go in. We're trying to get through security as a group. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
sure.
maybe they'll let us line up sooner, thinking we have like a child with us.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
They don't. Yeah, it's just sort of a first come, first serve kind of thing. Yeah, but you do eventually make your way towards the very imposing and strong gate, and you head into an older female dwarf in guard's garb, in a guard's outfit, looks at you and says, "State your business and name."
I'm going to look at the party because I wasn't here last session.
Elizabeth
Shopping?
pops up and says, "We are staying overnight to rest and, because we're on the road to farther north."
Roll deception.
Yeah.
It is a lie.
It is a lie.
That's not at all why we're here.
Ouch.
She looks at you and says, "Farther north, you're going swimming in the fjords."
I am doing research.
Fishing. We're going fishing
No,
because
I'm doing research on mushrooms, and I have to scout the entire continent for mushrooms. So we have to check everywhere. I pull out my journal and I show her my extensive notes from different parts of the country, going back weeks now.
Okay. She looks at your notes and says, "Well, I hate to tell you this, young lady, but there aren't any mushrooms underwater, no matter what you've been told."
Oh, I mean along the coast, not in the sea itself. Just we need to run along the area, check it out.
More like northwest.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not really good with directions.
We have a few. We're staying overnight, and we have a few. Are gonna run a few errands in it. And I'm saying this with my hood pulled down.
Yeah, we're gonna spend some coin.
All right. One of you can roll persuasion with advantage, or you can both roll.
I'll give you advantage.
What's your?
I'm just helping.
Aren't you a warlock?
True. Well, she might have higher. Like my charisma is only 14, so.
Aren't you a warlock?
Really low for a warlock.
I rolled quite badly. 17.
Okay. She shrugs and says, "All right. Well, I'll need your names."
Erasmus.
Elsbeth.
Reverence.
Blue. Like it's spelled like the color.
Mine is spelled with a silent H.
She looks at you and says, "All right, but don't spend too much more than a day, all right?" Next.
Okay.
Okay, we were
Move
in.
along. Just
We're moving.
smile and we'll move along.
Smile and wave.
All right, so you are now in the city. This is the biggest city you've ever been in. It is huge, a capital. It stands tall at the top of these ocean cliffs with these huge walls surrounding it. There's a great royal palace towards more easterly, as well as the great cathedral, which is a bit more on the western corner of the city. You can see both of their towers from any point that you're in the city that you happen to be in. It's busy. It's loud. There are a lot of dwarves around, and that's about that. What are you gonna do?
Well, I think we should probably find you guys want to get a drink, sit down, have a bit of a chat, and plan out what we want to do while we're here, and maybe check out for an inn. I'll need some time to prepare my spell for tomorrow. So.
What spell is that?
Well, locate person. That's what I was
okay.
thinking. Or I guess I could do it within 8 hours.
What's
we wanted to do it tonight.
the range of locate person?
Good question.
Locate person 5e. Or locate creature, I guess, would actually be the.
Yes.
It is.
Fourth level spell.
Range is just self, so I don't
within 30 feet.
Ah. Let's see. Yeah.
Describe your name and say you sense the direction of the creature's location as long as the creature's within 1,000 feet of you.
Yeah, and it's concentration for up to an hour.
So we'd have to walk around like the whole city.
Well, unless we can.
And hope we walk within
sure?
1,000 feet.
Sorry, the description in Roll20 says 5 miles.
It says you sense a direction to a creature's location as long as that creature is within 1,000 feet of you. Is what I'm reading.
Okay, I don't know the one in the I'm just looking at the one in Roll20, but.
Okay. What is the one in Roll20 called?
Locate animals or plants, or we just
locate creature.
No, locate creature. There it is.
Yeah.
Wrong one. Thank you. Yeah, 1,000 feet.
Well, I mean,
so just walk around and cast it every minute.
Well, I think we can use a process of elimination, right? Because there's going to be residential areas that we can exclude. So our best bet is to try to look in places like inns. So if we found a map, if we kind of mapped out where the inns in town are, and we need one, so we have a good.
Ins and outs.
Then we could. I could, if we get 8 hours, I can prepare the spell, and then we could look at night, where he's most likely to be maybe asleep, or I don't know if there's a city guard, but maybe nearest curfew we can get and do it, cover the distance.
Sure. That's right. It is an hour.
Either he's asleep, or that's where he sneaks when he sneaks around.
Well, I mean, if there's a city guard, he's probably going to be at risk. I don't know. I mean, during the day, he's more likely to be out than at night.
I almost feel like we're more at risk at night than he is.
Yeah, he seems sneaky.
All right, well, then at least maybe during a meal time, during meal hours, we could
Well,
go
you can probably cast it while we walk around doing we're gonna spend some time walking around doing shopping. There's nothing really stopping you from just casting it while we're walking around.
I guess
it's concentration, right? So you can't do anything like
R&D Pastor would like you to know that the spell lasts an hour.
Yes. Yeah, we discussed that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, well, we're...
Okay.
While we're doing our
shopping...
It depends on whether or not the DM will let me say I've prepared locate creature and I had my bloodhound fur and I came into the city ready with the spell. Then we could go from now. But I was going to get the components and then do it.
Well, you would have your components since you have a component pouch.
Right. So then, because sorry.
I think that you can do that in this case. That's fine.
Okay, because I hadn't prepared locate creature, but I will.
Yeah. Well, if you hadn't prepared it, then.
Well, that was it. Like, would I know that because we were traveling for days, right? So as we were approaching it the night before.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
You knew that this was the day that you were going to get there. So you certainly could have, if it makes sense for you to have prepared it, that is fine.
That's why we were going there to find him. So yeah, I think she would have had it prepared. I think that's okay. All right, good. Then we don't have to wait. We can do it from 4 o'clock in the afternoon for an hour.
All right. So give me 2 seconds. What you'll have to do is tell me kind of where you go and what you're looking for.
Okay. What I guess I'm thinking is that there's a market. It's like a normal city where there's a commercial area where the tourists would be with the markets and all the inns and stuff, and it would have a certain circumference. So I'd want us to be able to like walk around it and see if we could actually make it in an hour first before I cast the spell. And then we can do the shopping on the way, and then we can maybe rule out places where there are no inns or any restaurants in order to narrow down the time that we spend so we have the full hour when I cast it. If people are happy with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So it's not hard to find the market. You sort of ask a couple of people and they point you in the general direction. It is a bustling, busy, kind of loud, place where people actually call out their wares, like
in common or dwarven or
both common and dwarven. So you hear people calling out and saying, "Best metal worker you'll find in the city. We have, we're belts and leather and different."
Ooh, leather.
Okay.
The cat has become curious. Hopefully, he doesn't kill him.
All
I'll go with the cat.
I'll stay here with the half elf.
Yeah, actually, I need to find a piece of iron and a crystal or glass rod so we can roleplay that out.
Oh, let's have a look for that then.
Yes.
All right, we will. We'll go with blue first.
Okay.
So the person yelling out about leather is a rather thin-looking dwarf, as dwarves go. Blonde hair, green eyes, but for a human, she'd be stocky, but for a dwarf, she's practically waifish.
Mm-hmm.
And she's quite a few various. There are leather satchels, there's belts, there's vests, there's all kinds of different leather armor is there. And she says, "Well, hello, kitty cat."
I am looking for a leather. I think we call it bracers. Was that what I'm looking for?
Well, you tell me, sugar.
I don't know. Give me a second while I look up what a bracer looks like. Yes, bracers, leather bracers. I'm looking for white leather bracers that I have a family heirloom that's like a medallion that I'd like to, and I kind of hold my paws around the rough shape of the medallion that I'd like to be able to fit into a bracer, to a white bracer.
So a custom order.
Probably.
Sounds delightful. All right, well, come on in. Come on. Let's we'll pick out your leather first off. And she shows you several pieces of white leather. And one is from your basic cow's leather. She also offers leather that she says is from something closer to a buffalo. And she says, well, white is a very unusual color. There will be a bit of a markup, but you'll look absolutely devastating with it on.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for.
All right, so give me a second. Cost of leather bracers in.
By the way, Blue, you can build a kitty.
I can build a kitty? Okay,
Yep.
Well, I don't have the kitty with me.
No, but you're probably going to pay on receipt anyway. I'm just saying that when it
Yeah.
comes to it.
Blue has absolutely no real concept of money.
Yeah, that's why.
It's entirely used just to buy shiny things.
Most of us don't. That's why it just gets dumped in the kitty. So
Yeah,
we don't have any thieves in the party otherwise.
No.
That you know of.
That we know, that's true.
All right.
It's the paladin.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's been the paladin this whole time. Plot twist: the paladin's actually the edgy elf.
So she also shows you various styles of leather bracer. Some which are a little on the fancy side, some which have buckles, and others have more like laces. And so she goes with the different options. Some are studded and some are not. And she says, so what can I, the range here would be for a simple, standard, no decor, no added anything, bracer would be 150 gold. Something that you're looking for, which is more custom and in white, would be 180 gold to begin with, but might go up from there if you wanted anything, any filigree or anything fancy.
I whisper so that hopefully she can't hear it, but what do I know? Hopefully Medi will hear this. What do you want?
Talk to reverends.
I could. That's probably a better idea.
Well, reverence is right there, right?
Yes.
Reverence, do you answer or?
I just kind of stare at him. I'm just waiting for something to.
He's so Medi first back. Nothing too fancy, but a little bit of You don't want to be too plain either.
I look at Reverence. What do you think of putting like studs on it, Reverence?
Studs on the leather bracers. What sort of studs are we talking here? How many?
I just stare at him and wait for Medi to answer.
No more than say, 4.
Like
You know,
forced-
like think if I was in the middle and then the other ones were just around. So it would be almost, like just, how it is. I think it would look lovely. You could even go with 6, but no more than 6. That would be far too much and would draw attention away. Don't you think?
That's a great idea, Reverence. We'll go with 4 studs. Thanks for your help.
It's like a long, weird pause.
You're absolutely welcome.
4 should be the number that you count to.
I'm to be watching this conversation from the outside.
So she looks at you a bit oddly for a moment, but she says, well, I think we can add in some studs and let's see. Would you prefer straps or buckles or laces?
I think straps would be the best.
All right. Well, I think we can have this 250 gold.
Sure. That sounds about amounts of money.
You are my favorite kind of customer. All right.
I bet I am.
I'll tell you what, can you just I'll need the exact measurements for this medallion. And did you want now usually you have 2 bracers, so did you want anything on the other bracer, or did you just want the other bracer to be plain?
The other bracer can be plain.
All right. Sounds great. So once I get the measurements, I can probably have this done in 3 days.
Okay.
I look at him. We were supposed to be here for 1 day.
Yeah. Well, now we're going to be here for 3.
Are you going to be the ones explaining that to the guards?
Well, let's just not talk to the guards. What they don't know can't hurt them. I'm pretty sure that's how the proverb goes.
Oh, you know what? Fine.
Okay. So,
If they give you any trouble, just tell them that Celia is waiting on you.
okay.
Oh,
I was going to say, you guys could probably get a receipt of sale with her instructions
Oh, that's
saying that it took
true.
3
I do
days.
need a receipt, though.
I would tell you that later. When you told
I'm
us.
sure that Elspeth wants me to get a receipt.
Yes, for the kitty.
Yes, Celia. Okay.
she's a little.
I'll take out.
Slash. That's cute.
I'll take out Meddy, but I'll hold on to him from the chain, so she can hold the medallion parts. But
she doesn't. You can tell from the look on her face. She could care less. There could be naked ladies on this medallion. There could be the devil. She just.
all right.
So she's just there for the money. She just takes the measurements and says, all right, I'll see you in 3 days, cutie.
All right.
Can I get anything for you now? And
I'm good, actually. I'm just here to make sure he doesn't do anything too strange.
All right. That's it. I'm good. Let's go find the crew.
All right, then. Lead the way.
All right. So she goes and she shows you some various, mostly like accessories, things that would be used as bracelets or collars, but she shows you how they could be given in different sizes and made to sort of fit your horns.
Yes, but
Why are all the blacksmiths and leather workers and stuff like flirting with you?
They're just falling over themselves for reverence.
And she's not. Reverence, you can roll insight.
oh, you just want me to roll insight. It's not even. I can roll insight.
No.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, she's not flirting with you. She wants your money.
You learned from the last time. You
You
get
know
the
what
signals now.
flirting is all about.
so she's a gold digger.
Well, no,
She's a
I know.
businesswoman.
Yeah, I know.
woman, and she is hoping that if she, offers you something attractive, that because she can tell that you're not a person who wears leather armor, so she figures, well,
Well, you see, I'm not totally certain how this will stop me from being hit with a sword.
it will make you look better when you're being hit with a sword.
She's good.
I think you should get one on your horns.
So that you can swipe at it every time you walk past.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That little chain over there, the gold one. How much is it?
That is 30 gold.
What about the silver one beside it?
Well, we're not really goldsmiths, but I'd give that away for 20. Usually what we do is we attach them to leather. Yeah. Those are more to show people the various things that they could use as fasteners or, things like that. But if you're just looking for the chain, I'd let it go for 20.
You could also bring back a receipt, Reverence.
Sure, I'll take it.
All right. She hands you the leather chain. Oh, God. Silver chain.
Yeah.
So I'll subtract that from the kitty. We'll just figure you paid you out of it when we met up again.
Okay.
I take it, and now I'm going to taunt Blue with it.
Okay. What do you do?
I think I just realized another use for scorching.
Anytime me and
like a
Blue are
laser.
sitting near somewhere just idly, I'm going to take the chain out and just dangle it over his head slightly.
I'm gonna start using scorching ray as a laser and make you chase it. That's a good use of a spell slot, right?
Okay. What do you do, Blue?
Are you dangling it now? Because if you are, I'm...
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely like trying to catch it. I want it.
Roll dexterity.
Oh, I know I'm not very good at this game.
That's not that bad.
Keep away.
The big bulky, not very maneuverable guy beats the monk.
Blue is just so captivated by it that he's swiping a little wilder than he usually would. And you keep pulling it away, and he's like, all
That
right.
cat is so lazy at that game. He's so lazy. He will not play it the way it's. He won't jump. He will lay. He'll do it one time and then he'll lay down and he'll be like,
Bring it
all right,
closer.
bring it closer. I'm gonna like make an effort, but only from laying down position.
We've all been
We
there.
play on my terms.
All right. Now we move to Elspeth.
Yes. So she needs a piece of iron and
Should be easy to get.
a glass or crystal rod. as well. Oh, and then a jeweler's.
Probably a glass
but-
blower somewhere.
Yeah, they probably have metal and glass. Yeah, better than going to a blacksmith and then going to a glass place. Yeah, good call.
I'm
But
gonna take a big sniff in the air and see if I can smell anything. If it smells there's wonderful smell of metal, of hot metal, and the smoke from our
Glassworks.
Yeah, or blacksmith.
Okay. Roll perception.
18.
All right. As you take a big whiff in, a little bit north and to the east, you have that perfect hot metal scent.
That's the good at
And you find yourself at Arias's Grove.
Oh, that's a cool name. Hold on, wait. Do kobolds have forked tongue? Am I sticking my tongue out like a snake? To...
I
That's a
don't
good.
I don't think so, but
Okay.
I'm not actually 100% sure.
It's probably not listed anywhere. It's just like a thought I had.
Mm. You might just stick out your tongue anywhere.
I mean, it would make sense for it to have a Saint Jacob's organ.
So Elsbeth sees Erasmus sniffing the air, and she knows exactly what he's looking for, and she understands. Oh yeah,
You know me well.
yeah, hot metal. Okay, yep, fire. Okay, and she just sort of follows his nose to where he leads.
So you are outside of a terracotta single-story building. It has a tanned wooden roof. It's very simple. Saws and tools are sort of hanging up outside, letting you know that you are at a blacksmith.
So I guess we'll go in.
I give a bow and like you first.
Yeah,
so like, hey, look what I did.
Yeah, I'll go into the shop, look around for the storekeep.
I follow her.
It's a man, a little under 4'2", bulky, very muscular, and especially in the legs. He wears a sleeveless long coat of deep green leather and dull blue iron scale mail. His red hair is very thick, and his eyes tend to dart about from between the two of you, back and forth.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm looking to buy some iron, like a piece of iron.
All right. Well, come on in. How big?
Well, I guess the size of a nail, probably.
Well, that's easy enough. And he rifles around.
Why are we buying it? I have nails. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry.
Anyway.
I wouldn't take one from you.
Well, I guess nails are not really rods, they're nails.
I don't know if they're particularly iron or other metals or whatever. I don't know what they're made out of.
Never mind.
Okay. It specifies iron, so just be safe.
Yeah.
All right.
It probably means like a good chunk and not like something that's fastened into a nail.
Does it have a price to it?
I don't think so. It just says a piece of iron. But I can check.
I think that's what the DM is doing.
So a large iron rod would be 50 gold pieces, but that's almost like something that you would hit somebody with. So this is more, I'm going to assume that you want something smaller than that.
Yes.
All right. So he offers you a 10-pound about iron rod. And says, well, I can let this go for 15 gold.
That seems
Adam?
to fit my needs perfectly. and seems a reasonable price.
Well, very well then. I'm happy to be of service. Remember us anytime you want any more of these.
Ah, thanks.
Thank
And you've been so pleasant. Do you know any glassworks places? I'm also I need a glass or a crystal rod as well. Do you have any fellow business people you could recommend?
Certainly. Personally, I think the best glassblower in the city is you go out, you take a left, and then you go down to 2 rights, and that'll be on Strachelm Street.
Okay.
And you're looking for the world's figurines.
Oh. Well, thank you
Oh,
very
it's
much.
gonna have those creepy glass babies, isn't it?
Ooh.
So yes, we head out, but as we do, I want to look around to see if there's any like inns here. I mean, it sounds like if there's blacksmiths, it wouldn't be other than kind of heavier industrial work, but I just want to rule out any seedy taverns or hotels in the area that our guy might be holing up in.
Are you looking or are you asking?
Nope, I am looking. So
Okay.
as we
Perception.
Yep. I'll be keeping an eye out. Also, like the idea was to like as we follow directions to also kind of try to see if we can exclude this area as a place to check for him, or it might be a good one. So,
What's the range on locate creature?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
All right. So you do see a. It's hard to tell if it's a full-on inn, but it's at least a bar. And it's called the Croaking Frog.
Okay, I pointed out to Erasmus and just say we should maybe come back here later.
We should. Also, that's a good name. These dwarves are good with names.
So I'd also like to kind of keep my perception up as we take a left and 2 rights and look for the figurine business.
I'll try to. I'm assuming like I'll try to smell once again. See if I can smell the smell of a glass, the furnace in the glass blower to help us along.
So go ahead and roll perception.
10.
There's so many smells around here. Like it's almost overwhelming.
It's not like the big sooty thing from our blacksmith furnace. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you walk by a couple of.
I remember the directions he gave me and pretend that I'm following the song.
And Ellis was like, a left and 2 rights, a left and 2 rights.
Well, yeah, both get yourselves right there. And you find yourself in sort of an arcane quarter. You can tell. It's next to a large public square lined with a low stone wall. This is a plaster tower with a gray tile roof and hedges outside which are dead. Mm-hmm. It really looks like it could use a little love. As you walk in, there's it looks a little not run down. It's just there's a number of crates stacked along the back wall. There's a map of constellations that appears to have just fallen over onto the floor. It just looks like this is a person who maybe is a little disorganized.
Okay. Head into through the front doors of the shop and look for the shopkeep.
Are there any wares like around, out in so like you can look at?
Yeah, there's a variety, and there are a lot of figurines.
Makes sense.
There's dwarven figurines, dwarves doing various heroic things mostly. There are figurines of dragons and various animals. There's also just really pretty artistic pieces.
Did you enter a mini store?
Are there any like fire related ones?
Roll perception.
Natural 20.
Yes, there are. There is one that looks like it looks like a campfire, surrounded by sort of an area of just like wild ground. And it has, but it has like in the dead center, it has red fire done in glass artistically coming up in the middle.
Are there any like marbles? Like little glass beads?
Oh, they're definitely glass beads, yes, of all different colors.
I would like to find some reddish orange glass, like 3 or 4 of those glass beads, like some big, like good chunky ones in like fire colors, and grab those.
All right, that's easy enough to do, especially with your perception check. You can grab 3 or 4 of those.
4. Let's go with 4.
Okay. All right.
But I did admire the campfire one.
All right. So you guys see a male dwarf, very fat. He's got clothes that are a little rumpled, and you can see that he has like compass and various equipment sort of sticking in like pockets out of his pockets, and his hair is almost buzz cut, and if you look close enough, it looks like maybe he singed it. He caught it on fire at some point and probably just.
I like that. I like the style.
And his eyes are amber.
Right. Hello and good afternoon, shopkeeper.
Oh, hello. More Grindairdeck at your service.
Yes, we were just over at the blacksmith's. Well, you have to go 2 lefts and a right to get to
Something E with Grove.
Yes, and he recommended your business here. He said if I needed a glass or a crystal rod, you were the person to come to.
Morgrid kind of, you see him puff out his chest a little, clearly pleased. Says, well, yes, anytime, of course, come on in.
Thanks.
You're looking for a piece of crystal?
Mm-hmm. Could also be glass, but it has to be quite heavy so that it doesn't break.
And a rod.
Yes.
All right. That's fair enough. I've got several in the back I can show you. We have some of I'm guessing you're of a magical class of person.
Correct.
Yeah, we have people coming in and out sometimes. So let me see. So he takes you to the back where there are hanging up from various chains, just really very pretty and fancy. This guy's a real artist, and They have different colors. They are different. Let me see.
Can I see the furnace from here?
The what?
The furnace, the glass, like where he heats up the glass.
You can't but you can smell it. You can smell where it is. It's behind a large wooden door. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I'm finding out how to. Sorry, I'm looking up the price of a glass rod, and I'm finding a lot of rods for old televisions.
Not where I thought you were going.
Yep.
Let's see. It is not telling me. There's got to be like a source on this. I can go find my book.
It can be, I can also, it can be crystal, amber, or glass. Any of those. So. Also. I guess also if there's anything that has a natural sort of colors of like lightning or storm clouds, I would be attracted to that. So
A small glass rod is 3 silver pieces. A medium one is 4, and a large is 8.
Ah, thank you.
According to what I found.
thank you.
You want like an 8? You probably want the larger size? All right. So he shows you various sizes of these rods. And there is one that has sort of blue with white streaks in it that kind of reminds you of lightning. And he offers that to you for 8 silver pieces.
Oh, then I will take out 8 silver pieces and pay the man.
And I will show him the 4 reddish orange glass beads that I've
marbles
that I found, and how much for these?
He looks at them and he says, "Those are about 5 silver apiece."
Cool.
All right.
What is 5 silver from in gold?
That is.
I think 10 silver is 1 gold.
It's like half.
So that's like 2 gold.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
5 silver?
Each.
10
Did you
silver
say?
is 1 gold, isn't it?
Oh, each. Oh,
And you had 4. So
yeah. So 20 silver is 2 gold. Yes.
Okay. Yep. It's all coming out of the kitty. So
Okay.
we all get prezzies today.
We all store our money inside Blue.
Yes. The last thing is, if you have is there a jeweler that you could recommend? You had such great business here in town, so I was wondering if there's someone you would recommend. I need to get a couple jewels.
yeah. Certainly. There's a couple, but if I was going to recommend one to you specifically, the ruby anklet is right across the street.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We'll head over.
All right.
As we exit, I'll do the same check of the...
Doing business.
Yeah, okay. As we leave, I'll do the same check of around in the square to look for inns or, places where somebody could go and hang out. So, perception?
All right, do a quick perception. Yeah, not far from where you are, there is an inn that's called the Sleeping Bear that looks very nice.
Okay. Make
A little on the posh side, even.
All right. Well, maybe we can stay there. I pointed out to Erasmus.
Seems a bit high end, but sure.
Well, we want to give an air of respectability, right? Better than staying in the skulky parts of town. So we head over to the anklet place I need, for Revivify, I need 300 GP's worth of diamonds. So.
All right. We can do this quick and just assume that, don't necessarily have to role play every single one unless you want.
That's fine.
Nope. So I've got to back up Revivify if we need it.
All right.
Awesome.
And then head back and meet the other people in the party.
Did you know where you guys were going to meet up, or?
I mean,
back in the market.
Just head back to where we sort of started, where we split.
Yeah, something like that.
Meet in the market square.
I'm just playing with the chain.
Yeah.
I'm like I have the glass beads in my like hand and like rolling them between like playing with them.
Oh, yeah. At this point, Blue is just like on his back, upside down. I'm trying to get the
Patting
chain.
at it.
Roll dexterity.
I'm gonna catch this thing.
No.
11. God damn it.
I'm
Oh.
starting, it's starting to look. You're almost half-hearted at this point doing it, but at a certain point, Reverence gets distracted, and you manage to get it right out of his hand.
Haha.
All right, so I
All
approach.
right.
I approach them.
Congratulations.
Watch this exchange happen.
I give it back.
Immediately start doing it again.
Say to the other members of the party. So we did our shopping. Also found a nice place where we could stay, and 2 places where we can check for our friend.
Wonderful.
So it's
well.
kind of upmarket and posh, but we've been on the road. I felt like we needed a place and a good sleep, and I need a quiet place to concentrate on my stuff.
Do we still need to get our trident figured out, or do we need to find something sketchier for that?
I think that
I feel like we should probably have this the Candlewick Society handle that.
Yeah. So we could
Does
go.
mail exist here, right? We can mail things. Like, not the thing, but we can mail a letter being like, hey.
Well, I was thinking that once we settled in, got our rooms and stuff, we could think about finding out from the locals if there was a university, because maybe they have some ties to the school, and maybe we would find somebody who's in the Candlewick Society there. If there's a
level 1 wizard intern somewhere that we can cast identify for us.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
But what if they find out what it is and it's hugely powerful? I think we have to be careful of who knows what we have.
Yeah.
That's probably a safe idea.
That's my wisdom is 18. Okay.
I think mine's 19. No, mine's also 18.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't take feats, so.
Me neither. That's
But.
I did so that we'd have a talker in the party.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go back to the posh place.
Posh place.
All right. So, you end up plaster and wood framed large building with large windows and softly blowing chimes by the door. As you walk in, there is a band that is playing in the corner. Soft music, sort of gentle background music. There are quite a few round tables and chairs. And it is, there's a male dwarf behind the bar and several female dwarves sort of just walking around, topping off people's cups and whatnot.
I'll think reverence is the point where you can take the lead here.
Okay. I'll approach the bar. Whoever seems to be running this establishment.
He is a white, silky-haired dwarf with green eyes, modest build, and height, but something about the way he carries himself seems rather imposing.
All right, I'll walk up to him. Excuse me, sir.
Hello there.
Me and my companions were looking to rent a room.
Certainly. One room?
look at the party. Do we want one room or do we want? How many rooms do we want?
Two.
I mean, how many beds are there?
How many beds are in each room?
Well, we have different rooms with different beds. If you're looking for, some of our rooms have 2 beds. We also have double beds and single beds.
I look at the group. 2 rooms with single beds.
Yep, that works.
Yeah, we'll take 2 rooms with 2 single beds each.
All right, that'll be 2 gold, and the breakfast is complimentary.
Wonderful.
I'll pay.
Okay,
2 gold per room or 2 gold total?
per room.
Okay. Take out 4 gold.
All right. Would you like to be shown up right away, or would you prefer to sit and have something to eat? I recommend the octopus burger with rice.
Ooh.
Absolutely, we'd love to eat.
Yeah, let's have a meal.
The sound of some good quality seafood is piquing Erasmus' ears.
Okay.
So, what exactly is an octopus?
Oh, it's like a sea creature with like 8 tentacles. And
a
if you
fish with
scare
8
it-
tentacles.
It's not really a fish. Imagine like a big snail, but no, imagine a big slug, but with tentacles.
And this is an
And-
edible creature.
They're very
No.
good.
I think it's more like an upside down beholder.
We're eating a beholder.
An
No,
upside
no,
down
no,
beholder.
So there's eye stalks on these tentacles.
No. No, there's suckers on them.
What sort of eldritch horror are you describing here?
They're
Are we
actually
eating?
really
Are we eating mind flares?
Kind of.
No. These
do
are
they
like
look like
natural occurring creatures. They're not like that big. They're like, I don't know. They're smaller than me. Like, they're.
So
I like
Elspeth
to
sits
think
down. By
I
the way,
like to think that I'm eating mind flares.
what time of day is it? Is it like lunchtime, 2:00? What? Because we came in, so we need to kind
This is about lunchtime.
Okay. And also, what time do people tend to eat dinner here? What is the peak meal times?
I don't think any of you would necessarily know
Okay.
that. You could.
Yeah, we can ask them. All right. So, yeah, do you guys want to try the octopus? You don't have to eat it.
Absolutely.
All
I'll
right.
try it.
I've had octopus plenty of times. So, yeah.
On a ship.
So as the octopus comes out, these are slow wine braised octopus tentacles inside of a flaky crust with a sort of pickle lily relish on top.
Oh, that's good. I kind of want that in real life now.
And when he's delivering the plates, I say, "Excuse me, so this is lunchtime, but what time should we come back if we, what time do we want to avoid for meals, or when's the best time to come to eat?"
Well, our dinner rush usually starts about 6, but most people around here prefer later, 8, 9 o'clock
Okay.
dinner.
And if we were to take an after meal constitution, is there a guard? Is there a curfew in the city or a city watch where we shouldn't be out at a certain point at night?
Well, being that you are not from around here, I would suggest having yourselves all tucked in by 10.
Okay. Good to know. So, good
So
appetit.
11 it is.
All right. So, as we eat our stuff, I say in low tones. Are there people around us? Anyone who can hear our conversation? To the DM?
No, I mean, there are people around you, but you're seated close enough to the band that it's unlikely that unless somebody was really trying to listen in.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the band any good?
They're good, but it's something how do I put this? It's kind of the musical version. It's kind of like elevator music, you know? It's like they're there given to give background music for wealthy patrons, and it's not exactly you get the sense that if they were allowed to sort of just go off and do their own thing, they'd probably be excellent. But as it is, they're here to just be like da 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 da.
Okay, I would like to take a look around and see if our elven fella is here.
Roll perception.
Nope.
Yeah, he's not around.
Okay, so I lean forward and say to the group, I think I don't know, what do you guys think? If the meals are taken more around 8 o'clock, it's closer to the night, so it would be easier if we did find his location. Because what we have to do is, what are we going to do when we find him?
Follow him. Oh.
Right, but if he goes
Time
back
up
to
and find out what the fuck he's been doing.
Yeah, but
and why.
before we can tie him up, we have to do the part where we get him to the point where we can tie him up, and that's the one I'm worried about. So let's say we locate him, then what? Okay, we follow him back someplace, but then what? What are we going to do about the guard?
Fire. On fire. I'm really bad at running.
I think what we could do is maybe I can go back to the room and cast the spell for like 7:30, and that would give us until 8:30, which is maybe our best window. I'm thinking, unless anyone else has a better suggestion. And then if we do locate him, sorry, if we just finish, if I could, if we do locate him, then we find a way to, if he's staying in an inn, well, try not to be seen. And if he's staying in an inn, maybe try to get one of us in there to either get a room, or maybe one of our sneaky party members could keep an eye on him for the night or something. I don't know. After we have, because we don't want to draw attention to ourselves in this city and get in a fight and get caught by the city guard. Definitely not.
Well, the question I think we should ask if there's any parts of town we should avoid, because he's a sketchy guy. He's probably going to be in the sketchy part of town. So that's probably where we should go look.
Yeah, that you could ask if you want when we're going to go out for our walk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we also had some leads. There was a place when we were getting our iron rod that looked a little bit on the dodgy side. It would be a good place to stay if you didn't want to be near the market and you didn't want to be near a lot of tourists.
Yeah. If you don't want to be you want to be near it, but not near it. Yeah.
So we could start there because I think it's kind of far away and work our way around the city.
Can I also make a suggestion, since I know that you have good spells? I know that I can run fast, but maybe having haste prepared for someone else to be able to.
I think the thing is, I messed up. I don't think clerics get haste.
You don't think clerics get okay? Huh? I don't know. They might. Yeah, probably right.
Who has the water walk? Reverend has the water walking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I have the ring.
You still have that,
yes.
There's no
sorcerers
river.
and wizards. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, and there's no river that runs through the city because apparently.
No, I was just to keep.
No, I was asking
because
the DM.
I still had it listed in my inventory with Reverence has it, but that doesn't make sense because that implies that I have it I should have it permanently, which no.
No, I was asking the DM.
I just wanted to make sure
because the spell. The spell stops if there's a 10-foot body of water, and I'm looking on the map and I don't see a river anywhere in the city.
There is no there's no river.
Okay.
It's like along the ocean, but it's up very high. It's on high cliffs perched atop with the ocean several
How-
thousand feet
Okay.
below.
I don't like my impression of dwarves is that they wouldn't have how to put it, like parks. They wouldn't have like green areas. Like it's all building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything that we can do like between now and dinner time that people want to do, or is it best to skip ahead?
Eat.
Yes, we'll eat.
Do we still have? Well, besides eat, do we still have the jewels that we need to get appraised? Did
Yeah,
we get
I got those. The only thing is we could ask about the school.
Oh yeah.
So the dodgy part
Yeah.
of town and the school, if we want
Yes.
to ask.
So eat, ask about dodgy parts, and
At some
if there's
point,
a
I'm assuming
university.
we order some kind of like a second glass of like wheat ale or something, like something to drink with the meal.
All the drinking.
Yeah, like, and when they come deliver, I ask, by the way, I still have my hood on, by the way, like I haven't taken that down. By the way, is there, if we were to go explore the town, we new here, obviously, is there any place where we should avoid any sketchy part of town?
Oh, yes, there definitely is. There's a section of town given to some of your more underworld roguish types. It is on sort of the far eastern end of the marketplace, just outside of the area. So I wouldn't go down there. You'll end up with
Thank
all
you.
your pockets picked.
Thank you.
Did you want to ask about the school, Blue, or shall I?
Probably you. You're an actual
Okay.
student.
Well, yes.
I'm not an actual student.
Also, if I could bother you for one more moment, I'm a student at the Bernay? Is that how it's pronounced? School.
Bernie.
And I'm looking for someone up here. I'm keeping tracks of mushrooms in nature, and I wanted to talk to a local expert. Is there a university or like a school or someplace where here in town where people study?
Yes, the Silver Chalice
Uh-huh.
is an area where the Silver Chalice is the name of the School of Magic.
Oh, okay. Great. And that's
We
located...
also have that's in the southwestern part of the city, and there is a very large library there.
Excellent. Fascinating. And I interrupted you before, but you were going to say another place?
Oh, well, there's also just the General University of Skyygurd, but that is not so much for magical types. It's more for just general types.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks. You've been so helpful.
Absolutely.
So should we go to the school and see if we can find somebody who can help? Or what do you guys want to do about the trident? Just have somebody? Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, we have a couple of days. Like Blue's gonna bracelet. Bracelet. Blue's braces are gonna take a few days, so let's do that tomorrow.
Okay.
So-
I mean,
so-
we had some time before dinner time, but that's okay. Yeah, we can do it tomorrow.
I
Also,
think we should go have a look for a elven feller in the sketchy part of town.
I agree. And also, I bought this piece of iron so I can do hold person. So now if we get him, so to try to keep him quiet, I'm going to keep that in my back pocket.
Iron, you say? You know, that works really well if we heat it up.
The octopus?
I know.
Okay. Yeah, so what are we just going to have time go forward fast? We'll do the school tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm assuming we eat and pay for the dinner and then
Go to
we
our
head
rooms?
out to the sketchy.
Well, I have to prepare the spell first, and I need an hour for that.
Well, yeah.
So
But
I
you
can.
need an hour to prepare the spell?
Yeah, it's an hour. So I can go up at like 6 o'clock or 5:30 or whatever, and then be ready to
okay.
go at 7.
I thought,
No,
it took
8:30.
I thought it lasted an hour.
I thought the prep time of the ritual. It says ritual time 1 hour, but it kind of
oh,
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
You're doing it as a ritual, not
Oh, it's a ritual. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
So I'll need to go up someplace private and wait for the clock. And then when, I guess we said 7:30? 7:30, 8:30? Or 8:30, 9:30? What do you guys want to do?
Whatever you guys, you know what? Should I even go to that? I'm kind of like the most sore thumb character.
Nobody's given you a stink eye yet.
I'm just saying, this guy, he's looking around. Maybe he doesn't see the sneaky little cat or little man, or a random elf.
Well,
But
I'll have
a red tiefling in heavy armor walking around with a maul on his back.
Okay, well, I'll sense him hopefully from 1,000 feet.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we need someone to hold him down.
Yeah.
Like, I can catch him, but I ain't holding him
We
down.
need somebody to hold him down. Absolutely.
So, I think maybe
he needs a hug. He needs someone to hold him.
Yes, we do need the muscle for holding people down.
grappling.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. I can grapple ladies in stores, but I can't grapple an elf.
All right, well, I guess we're going to, like, if it's a good time to eat is 8 o'clock, let's say, you get people downstairs. So we'll go 8:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
Well, okay, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, that works.
And then
How much was the meal, by the way? Or was that included?
No breakfast is included.
Yeah, so the our
So it is 5 silver apiece.
So is that 2 gold again? Because I can just pay that out of the kitty.
yes.
Okay. All right, that's lunch is paid for. Yeah, so fast forward in time. Is that what we're doing?
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty much all gonna rest or whatever.
So it is the appropriate time. I think you said 7:30.
Yeah, I guess because I think if we could push it 8:30 to 9:30, and that gets a little too close to that 10 o'clock hour. So I think better 7:30 to 8:30.
Okay. All right. So what do you do?
All right. So I'm not quite sure what my ritual is, but I do that thing.
Yep.
And I guess I have to do, I guess I'll just, here we go. I have to describe or name the creature, and then I can sense the direction as long as it's within 1,000 feet, and then I have to maintain concentration. So I finish the spell, I guess, and leave the room and join the party, and where are we gonna go to first? We're gonna go to the glass. You're gonna go right to the dodgy part of town, or do you want to go past the blacksmiths, or where is it? Yeah, I guess east, right?
We just start off in the dodgy part of town.
All right.
I mean, it's likely where he's gonna stay.
Yeah, that's my thought.
And then
also before we leave, can I ask Medi if he's willing to go with Elspeth, so that he can tell me if they're in trouble?
Absolutely.
Oh,
she is lovely.
and I love the medallion. Like, oh, just
Yeah.
so pretty. I love the
That way, if we have to separate, at least 2 of us can talk to each. Or I'll know.
You make it sound like you're married. That's right. She gets the medal. She gets the other.
Okay.
All right. So you go, you head to the rough alley behind the various places. It seems very unusually dark, and as you look up, you can see that where street lights would be, there's mostly broken glass, and people walking by do so with heads bent low and very intentional, I'm minding my own business kind of attitude. It's more like a series of dark alleys than even any one connecting street.
Yeah, I guess we walk around and I wait to see, I'm thinking about him, picturing him, clear him in my mind and trying to see if I pick up any any vibes as we move along the street?
As you walk by a red brick tavern called the Bent Alley, you do get a ping.
Ooh.
So I kind of
Ooh.
wave my hands, like I sort of signal to the party, not shout out, and point over to the red ping and say, "Let's move a little bit closer." It says that I know if the creature is moving, I know the direction of the movement. So I guess I'll move in a way that if there's any windows for the building, I don't want to be within the eye line of that. So I want to kind of come along the side of the building, closer to it, as opposed to straight on.
I would like to cast Disguise Self and turn into a gnome.
Okay.
Like a very short gnome, just so he doesn't recognize me.
I don't know why I don't own a cloak.
You can get one anywhere in town.
I know. It's a fucking cat walking around.
All right. Well, do you guys want to roll stealth?
Sure. I mean,
Oh.
hopefully, like
We are trying to be.
We are trying to be
Yeah.
sneaky. We are trying not to get found.
Ooh, not too bad.
Yeah, Reverence hasn't rolled yet. That's
10.
not too bad.
That's
That's actually pretty good for you.
Oh, I should have.
well,
Oh, that's a
dex
save. And also, I can give you guidance.
It's the same.
Yeah,
It's the same roll.
It's a -1 regardless.
okay.
Okay, well, do you want? I was gonna cast guidance to help.
Well, all right. Let's-
So if you re-roll, or if you want to just do the D4.
13
Okay.
or 12. Sorry. Apparently, I can't add 10. plus
It's fine. We know you're bad at math.
Not this bad, damn.
Well, apparently. Okay.
Right. So, do I feel that he's moving, or is he stationary?
Stationary, and as you get closer, you can tell that he's not in the lower level. He's up above in one of the upper.
Rooms.
How
Yeah.
precise is it? Like, can she tell, like,
Which room?
which floor?
It's hard to
Well,
say from the spell.
you haven't been in this building before, but you can definitely tell that it is. You guess that it's probably the second floor and towards the front of the building. But being that you don't know one room from another or how it's set up, it's impossible to know. Like,
All right, I have an idea. Unless anyone else wants to make a suggestion.
What's your idea?
I tap Blue. Could you crawl up there and have a look through the windows?
Here's what I propose. You're already disguised. That's brilliant. What I think we should do is go in, buy a couple rounds of beer, go up to the second level, and start knocking on the doors. If the guest who opens it, so you'll open it, you do this, Erasmus, and Blue, your cover, and the two of us will hang back. Reverence and I will hang back. If it's not our person, just hand them a beer. Like, it's a free beer from downstairs. Just management is saying thanks for staying with us, so we don't arouse any suspicion. But as soon as it's the elf, then we could just try to jump him.
I punch him.
You can punch him, and Blue can punch him, and then we will come along and quiet him down.
That works for me.
Yeah.
Sure.
I recast my my mage armor, just so like it's fresh and new. But you can't, like, all you see is like I cast something and you see like brief puff of the like smoky embers before it disappears from the illusion of the sky self.
Okay, and I will cast aid, so everyone gets an extra 5 hit points,
Yay!
except me. But little.
Well, that's why it's called aid. And
Yes.
not selfish.
Okay, so yeah, I guess does anyone you want to go in? You're as a dwarf. Was that Erasmus?
No, I'm a no.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because a dwarf here, I will be forced to speak dwarven, and I don't know dwarven.
That's pretty. That's
So
a
a
good
gnome, and also dwarves are like a good bit taller than me.
Okay.
I
So
can only be a foot taller, so a gnome probably works better.
You'd be a very short dwarf.
Yeah.
all right. So we'll go to the bar. We'll buy like 3 or 4 beers, and then
Probably neat.
yeah, I kind of make our way to where we think the upstairs lodging, the stairs to that area. But is the
Yeah.
room pretty full? Is there a lot of people? Is it a busy place, or is it? Are we really sticking out as sore thumbs here? Oh, you're muted. By the
Yeah.
way.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Actually,
Okay.
you stick out a little less than you would usually, because this is one of the more racially diverse kind of places that you've been in since you've been in Skyygurd.
So okay, so the bad part of town is where like there's a bit more diversity. Okay.
Mhm.
That sort of makes sense.
It is about, I would say, medium. Busy, not super crowded, but also there's a healthy number of people. They look up at you and then look away again with this air of I'm minding my own damn business here.
Mm-hmm.
You see, but they're a rough-looking bunch. Everybody has at least one weapon on themselves. There are some orcs, there's some Goliaths. This is a tough area of tough people.
Okay. Shall we then? Do you want to do it 2 by 2? Like, because all 4 of us going up might look a little weird. So, Erasmus and Blue. Sorry, I thought it's best if you guys.
Oh, to get the beers or?
Well, I think we got the beers already.
Yeah, you got beers.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna reverse that order. I put my arm through Reverence's arm, and I kind of pull him up the stairs. I figure that's going to be less suspicious looking than anything else. Right now.
All right.
And then
I completely misunderstand the situation and like give a shoulder to Blue
roll performance or deception.
who's can
Ooh.
all right, yeah,
Nice.
okay, I'll help him do the performance rather than roll. So and then,
Can you hear me?
yep, now we can hear
Yeah.
you. You kind
Now
of
we can
dropped
hear
out
you.
for a second.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. All right. As you guys go up, the person behind the bar gives you a wink and a cheers.
I return the cheers.
Once we're out of the eye line of everybody in the bar, we'll just kind of hang in the hallway, just sort of.
And like a couple, like 5 minutes later, like give it a time. I grab.
He only needs 5 minutes.
No, I grab.
I'm sorry, I'm joking.
Damn.
I mean, that's a long time for some people.
Damn.
That's ruthless.
I grab Blue's and like start going up the stairs.
Roll deception
Or performance?
performance.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. So I'm gonna roll this performance just 16.
I'm very confused by what you're doing.
So the barkeep kind of gives you guys a bit of an eye on this one, but it doesn't stop you. Like, I don't know what's going. All right, whatever.
Whatever floats your boat.
Cats and gnomes.
Cats and gnomes living together. Mass hysteria.
Exactly.
Yeah, why not?
What does the world come to?
Yeah.
The cats and the gnomes.
And the silver spoon, and the little boy blue, and the man.
Look, some people like their partners to be hairy.
Yeah. So when we get
And
to
also a cat.
when we get to the
Are
top,
you telling me purring is not sexy?
the top of the stairs, what do we see?
As you get to as you guys get to the top of the stairs, you see a row of 5 doors.
Oh, how's my where are we in terms of is my spell still going? I guess I don't know if it's been an hour
Yeah,
yet.
I think it hasn't been quite an hour, so you do feel the 3rd room up, the door right behind the door. How specific is it actually?
You know,
It doesn't really say. It just says
Locate, pretty much.
you sense the direction of the creature's location as long as the creature is within.
1,000.
So you don't actually get to know.
So probably
Where?
can't know the 3rd door. Just like,
But like if
down
you
the
walk
hallway.
down the hall, you would know that it's in.
Yeah.
It's like playing the hot cold game, really.
Yeah.
That's how everybody I've ever played with kind of uses it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All
And if
right.
it's moving, you can feel it getting warmer or getting colder, even though
Yeah.
you're not moving. So that would be how you could sense its movement, I guess.
All right. Well, as you walk up to the 3rd door, it gets steadily warmer.
All right.
Warmer.
Okay, before.
there's-
Oh, yeah.
No movement now.
All right. So I am going to cast Bless on the members of the party.
Well, can you cast it on the other 2? They're not there.
No,
Oh,
we
no, what-
went up.
Everybody walked up.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
we
you
all
waited
four-
for?
Correct.
Did you wait for them?
Yeah, we waited at
Okay.
the top of the
Yeah.
stairs, just out of eyesight, so nobody could see us if they just leaned. Yeah, we were just waiting for them. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what is your walking orders?
What does the bless do?
It gives you a D4 added to attack or saving throws
Okay.
for up to a minute.
Okay.
Probably Erasmus first to do the knocking, Blue
Yes.
behind to do the tackling.
Yes.
Reverence next to do the tying.
Yeah, and then Elspeth last to do the whole person.
Yeah, or silence. I've got that ready too.
Okay.
Hmm.
I go up, and I'm assuming the others like stay out of sight.
Just barely, yeah.
Yeah, and I go up and knock on the door.
The door opens and roll a dexterity save.
Oh dear. 13.
Okay.
No, wait. No, was it saved?
Yeah, it was
I
a
got
save.
Oh, you get a D4.
You get a D4.
Yeah. I get a D4. Oh, 16. That's better.
All right. Hang on a
It's
second.
a great spell. Bless.
Um,
I
An
might
arm-
have saved my ass.
A gloved hand reaches out to grab you, but clearly doesn't quite seem to know. Probably assumed that it was a taller person. So in the seconds where you would otherwise have been grabbed, you see this hand coming and you're able to dodge out of the way.
Oh, excuse me, good sir. I didn't mean to so I didn't disturb you. I'm bringing you a beer from downstairs, just as a token of appreciation of you staying here from management.
The room is completely dark as you look in. The door is only partly open, and a voice says to you, "Well, come on in."
Sure. I walk in.
Don't let that door close behind you.
No, I don't. I open the door more as I walk in.
All right.
Plus, I have dark vision. I know what's in there.
Make sure it's the right guy first before we go smacking anyone up.
Yes, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
Well, if it's completely dark in there, you see the black and white outlines and everything.
Well, I still recognize him from that.
That's why he's going in the
I'm
room.
just saying, if he could make a stealth check against you if he's hiding in there.
Well, I know he's there.
We
Like, I
don't
saw
know
his
the
hand.
only person there.
But where? And
You're
also, how
going-
many?
You're going to need to you're gonna have to roll a acrobatics or
Ooh, they're gonna get you. Ooh.
Oh, he's trying to grab me. Oh, nope.
No.
all right.
Oh, wait. No, it's not safe. Damn it.
As soon as you come in, from one side of the door, you are grabbed and pulled in, and from the other, the door slams shut.
Okay,
I'm
we're
assuming.
You are grappled.
Oh,
We roll
boy.
initiative now.
Yes, I think you can.
Nope.
Damn, guys.
Oh,
Yeah, go blue. Blue's gonna get in there.
finally the guy with. How many people are in there?
More than you should have wanted.
Yeah,
You should have gone in.
You're fucked.
I feel like
You're gonna
going
get
in was a bad idea.
They're gonna pull you apart.
They can try.
We do have the door knocker. I'm not.
We do, but he's behind me.
And I have fire shield. I can light myself on fire. And
Is that
have
But is that a
Take that.
reaction spell?
Nope, but I can catch it once I get it.
I know, but that's after they all beat the shit out of you.
I can handle that.
I don't know. Blue
They're
didn't get
gonna
through that.
kill-
Remember
they're
those
gonna
mummies
kill
with
me
blue?
one round.
Don't say
It's
that.
true. The
Don't
mummies-
say that.
It did take like 2 hits from no mummies to kick my ass.
Those mummies destroyed Blue.
Also, if they do hit me, I have Hellish Rebuke. I can set them on fire.
That's a nice one to have.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I gave that one up to get more fucking spells that set people on fire.
That's just better.
Smites. That's what the word I was saying.
Yeah, Smite's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I chose a different tiefling that didn't get Hellish Rebuke to get smites.
Okay.
Oh,
A voice comes from the other side of the door and says, "We have your friend in here. Put down your weapons."
To be
I
fair,
don't know what you're talking about.
We can see you from where we're at. We'll know what you're doing.
I'm just bringing beer. They're obviously not believing me, but fuck it.
so
That would be.
to be fair, if you all put down your weapons and I don't,
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't need weapons.
So, well, one other person gets to go before you, Blue. So, and that is the person holding Erasmus.
For fuck's sake, of course it is.
They're gonna eat Erasmus.
I don't taste good.
plot twist, they're
And
vampires.
They are going to.
Are they gonna pin him?
Going to do. Not yet. So what they do is they pull you in just closer into a corner, and they're going to attempt to shut you the hell up. So that's going to be, yes. Let me give it I'm going to say that's a contested dexterity roll.
Okay. Just
So,
straight dex.
yes.
Okay. God damn it.
Yeah. You are now. They are holding your jaws closed. So,
Fucking
and
Steve Irwin.
they've clearly figured out that you're not a gnome because it doesn't
Okay.
seem.
Yeah, they're holding a muzzle instead of a mouth.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they're supposed to roll to figure that out.
Unless they already know. They have
Well-
already know.
They already picked you up.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So they feel, yeah, okay, that's fine.
They figured it out. Now it's Blue's turn.
Oh God, that's okay. I'm gonna run into the door. I can't. There's no way I'm breaking down this door, but I can at least try to pick it open. I bought a
Okay.
bunch of
Or
locks.
you could defer your action until the
But
door's
I'm way in
open.
front of everybody. That's the problem.
But
Yeah.
if you wait until
Nope.
I'm at the front.
Get
of the
in
house.
here and help me.
If I can get in there and help, that's probably gonna be a little bit better off.
I would get in there and fucking
Yeah.
swell on them.
if you can get in the door, yeah.
Yes, which is what we're gonna try.
Okay.
Making me able to talk would be really good because then I can actually use my spells.
All right. So, what do you have? Thieves' tools?
We do have thieves' tools.
You
All
do,
right.
and you have trained with them, Deluxe.
Oh,
That's right.
I trained like once, so I'm not like
Well,
proficient.
Okay, you're still trained with a little bit with them.
A little bit of thieves' tool training.
All right. Throw it out there.
I cast bless or guidance. Sorry, I touch him on the shoulder as he's.
You already
doing
had
it.
guidance on me.
No, and a bless. Sorry, not you. You have
already had
bless.
guidance.
You have
Bless,
bless,
not guidance.
not guidance.
Is that a reaction though?
Yeah, that's your. It's not.
Oh, it's
we're
not
in
my
combat.
turn. Sorry, I forgot
Yeah.
we were in combat. I'm not used to picking locks in combat.
Yes. What do you need me to roll for thieves' tools?
If you have them set up, you can often just click on Thieves' Tools.
Oh.
Otherwise, roll dexterity.
Dex plus your proficiency, unless you're not
I'm
proficient.
not
with it.
proficient in it.
Then it's just a dex roll.
7.
Yeah. You fumble at the lock, but it's kind of just the pressure of the situation, and it's dark in this place, so it's just nothing's happening.
Terrible roll. All right. I'm gonna step out of the way, put my arm out, and just go ahead to reverence.
Okay.
In several turns.
I know, but I don't. That's it. That's my one action,
Oh, okay.
and I don't have it. Unless I attack things, I have one action. So,
Damn.
yep.
You could probably punch that door open. That's when you could have picked it.
I'm not sure. Yeah, well, it depends on what it is. I'm just not. I have zero, no bonuses on strength.
Right. So, Erasmus, you see a very large figure coming out. With a short sword. It presses the short sword directly against your throat.
Mm-hmm.
And you see green eyes glaring down at you and says, if I have my friend take his hands away from your mouth, you're going to call out and tell your friends to get away from here.
Where am I in the initiative order?
You are. I am actually.
At the bottom, I think.
Yeah.
So presumably, if I nod to this, I would get to do that at the end.
Yeah, you can at least. I'll say that you can give an idea. Where is your initiative order?
Here on the 5.
Yeah. My because I would use that to cast Misty Steps and get out, get to the door and unlock it and go out.
Okay, yeah, you're at a.
We would be able to.
Yeah, you have to wait for your turn, I think, for that.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I would have to wait for my turn. I nod to that.
Oh, I see.
Well,
I think you're about to lie to him.
should have rolled a better initiative.
It doesn't matter. No. This just gives you more time. They now believe that I'm cooperating with them for more time.
Just fireball the room.
Yeah, sure. I will just kill myself. That's a great idea.
You don't have resistance.
You have the fire thing, don't
No.
you?
A, I don't have
the
resistance to
other
fire, and B, even if I had, it wouldn't matter because I have I overcome resistance.
That's true. So don't fireball it until Reverence kills him.
No,
You can fireball me. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you
No,
can
I
fireball
can't.
Reverence,
You
it's
will take
actually
full
your
damage
turn
if I
to use
fireball you.
initiative.
Okay. All right. Just 1 second.
Everyone just fireball Reverence.
Hell yeah.
If I do it, he takes full damage, just so you're aware.
Great.
Is the door made of wood?
Yes, I would assume so.
Well, I wasn't.
We
I was
have
asking.
We haven't asked.
I was actually asking the DM because she
Yes,
knows.
it is.
Okay.
Like, I just assumed that it's made of wood. Like, I'm pretty sure she would have told us it was made out of metal.
The door is made out of nothing. I smashed it.
Yeah.
All right.
Natural
Wow.
20.
Yes, we do.
With your maul, you take a huge swing, and that door flies off open. Like it's actually goes right off the hinges. And
Wonderful.
back of it.
All right. Who's the closest guy to me? And can I get to Erasmus if I wanted to?
You don't know where Erasmus is.
I can't see the giant figure in the room, though.
The giant figure in the room you can see, but he's kind of blocking Erasmus.
Okay. Can I see anybody else in the room? What does the room look like?
All right. Roll a perception really quick.
Okay. Perception. 15.
You can see that there is there's a figure by the door, to the left of the door, looking rather surprised at it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a very large figure, which you can see is blocking something, or he has his back turned away from the door, and pointed towards something. You're not sure what is behind him. And there is another figure right near the window.
Mm-hmm.
With a hand crossbow pointed at you.
Oh man, I need the next level spells so I get that banishing smite. Okay, I'm gonna go for the big guy.
All right, roll.
Roll for the big boy. But as I approach the big man, I'm gonna use a bonus action to cast this spell, Branding Smite, on my weapon.
Fucking love.
Don't forget your D4 bless attack.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna attack him.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a 21 hit.
Oh, yeah, 21 hits.
All right, then I'm going to expend a spell slot as well to do a smite against them.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So first of all, let's do branding smite. Branding smite. I think this is going to be funny if he tries to do something I think he might do. All right, so it's going to do 2d6 extra radiant damage. If he cannot go invisible, and if he does, he sheds a 5-foot radius light.
Nice.
Okay, so that's on the big guy.
That's on the big boy.
All right. So what is? Do you have damage?
Yeah, it does 2d6 extra damage, but I got to roll these fucking dice.
Yeah.
First of all, for the maul, I re-roll 1s and 2s as usual. So roll. Okay, so 10 plus my strength, which is 14 damage for the just the maul itself. It's 14 bludgeoning damage, and then this is the radiant damage. And he's not undead, is he?
No.
Okay, that's good for him.
I think he thinks so too.
So this is radiant.
Wow.
Okay. So
1 damage.
wow. All right. 31 damage. Well, he looks hurt. You can tell now that you're so intimately involved with him that this is an orc.
He's a
Or a
he's a glowy orc now.
A radiantly glowing orc.
He's a fabulous orc, full of glitter.
And now he's kind of bloody too. He's a bloody orc.
So is that the guy who's standing in front of me?
That is the guy who is standing in front of
Okay.
you.
But he's not the guy holding my jaw shot.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I did it wrong. Cool. That's it. That's my turn.
All right. The spy by the window is gonna let go with a crossbow attack. So let's see.
That's a hit.
All right. Let me just see one thing really quick, because they do have multi-attack, but not on ranged. So, it's a D6 plus 2 damage, which is not looking great compared to what you just did. It's doing that double roll thing again. All right, 6 damage.
Okay. That takes out my 10-page food I was given.
Okay.
All right.
And they draw a sword.
Neat.
And that is what they do. It is your turn, Christy.
All right. So I think what I would like to do is step up, not in through the doorway, but because I think Blue is going to need to get around me. So I want to position myself where I can kind of see into the room, and I'm going to cast Silence into the room, which is a 20-foot radius. I'm not sure what the size of the room is.
Yeah, you're just gimping Erasmus, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, he's already got his mouth shut.
He's already silent.
Yeah, but if I get my mouth out, I'm useless. I can't get away.
You just need to run out of the room. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get all the attacks of opportunity rather than teleporting out of the room. Okay.
I don't want to attract a lot of attention and have 2 battles going on at once.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
it's a fairly good point. Like we are fighting in a sketchy bar.
Yes.
Like we probably don't want to piss off the owners.
And I could cast it down the hallway, but people in the rooms are more likely to notice that they can't talk than if everybody in our room is fighting silently. Also, if they're spellcasters, it hobbles them too.
All right. Well, you can get mostly everybody in the room.
Okay.
20 foot if you're standing right inside.
I'm not standing inside, but that's where I would cast it sort of to cover the room because I don't want to get caught by it. I'm outside the room. I'm looking into the room. That's the idea.
Okay. All right. So you're all hit with silence. Anything else?
No, that'll be, well, what would I do? I could lay down. I can lay down. I'll lay down.
You can take a step back out of view.
Yeah, I can hide, basically. Yeah.
So the silence, do you have is there a saving throw attached to that?
No, it's a concentration spell, isn't it?
It is a
Yeah,
concentration
it does
spell.
no.
For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius centered on a point. Immune to thunder damage. Creatures inside are immune, but no saving throws.
And everyone in here is now deaf.
True, but you don't need your ears to fight. So
Yeah.
I made the tactical call to silence Erasmus because we all know we could use some quiet around here.
Well, it is your turn, Erasmus.
Oh, are my hands grabbed? Can I use my hands?
No, I mean unless you were to get your way out, you could try to get one of your hands free.
Isn't he
It's
grappled?
really the only option I have right now. Okay, I'm gonna try to get out of this.
All right. Roll dex or acrobatics. Yep. And
That's not gonna.
yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm stuck here.
Bonus action or
I don't have anything I can
Alright.
use because I can't talk. If I
All
could, I
your,
would have
is
bonus
everyone?
action.
Is all your spells verbal?
Is it
The only
Eldritch?
the only purest if I can't get my hands free, I can't do somatics
Oh,
either.
yeah.
And the only purely somatics one I have is counterspell. So I'll
Yeah,
if
you're kinda just stuck there.
no, that and control flames, but there aren't any flames in here. So
Yet.
Not yet. We'll get them.
well, I can't control magic fire. So if I was able to speak, I would have cast Misty Steps and gotten away.
okay.
Sorry, it was the initiative turn, so.
But no, I wouldn't be able to do it anyway because I can't speak.
He's still,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
still.
It's okay.
Yeah,
He's still muted. Okay.
I'm still.
Yep, we got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's up next? That was me done, by
Great.
the way.
And me.
Let me see what is going to do. All
Do we
right.
even know if we have the right elf yet?
You wouldn't be able to sense that.
Not anymore because she's using a different concentration.
But no,
Yeah.
but she would be able to sense.
Yeah,
she would be able
we
to sense
followed
it
him
right
here,
before
so-
she cast it.
Yeah, so he should be in this room. We just haven't
She
actually.
should be in the room. We just don't know which of the many things in the room
Yes, is him.
we're dealing with. Well, I guess we have an orc and another thing.
He's not the orc.
He's not the orc, so we know that much.
We can rule one out.
Yes.
Damn it! I can't use any of my spells either, homie.
It's okay. You got it.
I can drop the concentration spell once. You know.
No, that's fine. Don't do it.
I think it's a good idea. To
Yeah,
have,
For one round
One.
while we're fighting, just
Yeah.
smashing each other up. Yeah.
no.
All right. So I don't think the first one is going to hit you, even with extra. It's like 13. What's
No.
your AC?
Mine,
Yeah.
17.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not close enough to. Nope. He and you can you can now see definitely that this is the the elf you've been looking for took 2 swings at you, Reverence.
Mm-hmm.
Both of which just clanged off of your armor.
If there was any sound in the room.
It would have. Yeah, true. He's going to disengage from you and head towards the window with his friend.
Does he have a disengage action?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure.
Let's see. The spy by Erasmus is going to attempt to he's gonna run for the window with you. And are you going to resist, Erasmus?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
What should I roll?
Roll Dex or acrobatics, rather, or you could also roll athletics, but I'm guessing
It doesn't matter. Yeah, no, I'm.
You manage to wiggle. It's a tie, so I'm going to give the tie to you. So you manage to, as he starts to move, you wiggle away from him.
Awesome.
Let's see. So he's just going to, he's going to try to hide in the room. There aren't a lot of places he can hide, but there's a couple.
And it's quiet, so.
It is certainly quiet. All right. So he attempts to hide, and just sort of depending on anybody looking for him, what they would. Yeah, because they're pretty stealthy. So who has more than 16 passive perception?
I think Kitty does. Yeah.
I do.
All right, well, Elspeth is in there, so we'll definitely see him, and probably Blue will too.
Well, I'm in the doorway, so I snuck around the door.
You stepped back, yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't see him when
But you would see him the moment you step in there again.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, Blue.
Blue is running in. And I don't. You said I'm affected by the silence too, right?
Yeah. Everybody is.
Okay.
In the room.
Yes.
In the room.
Yeah.
So is that me? Because I never went into the room.
Not yet.
No,
But
no,
like you entered the room, you would be silenced.
It's like a bubble of silence.
Correct.
It doesn't affect.
But I want to know where
specific people.
if I'm in that bubble of silence.
Not yet.
I was right outside the door because all I did was step aside. Mostly because if I am, I can't use haste. If I can haste myself.
No, you can haste yourself outside the room and then run in.
And then bust in and beat some shit.
Okay. Then yes. Before I run in, then gotta turn on some haste. And then
Roll intelligence, though.
Oh yes, because I don't necessarily know, and I am not a smart kitty. 10.
No,
Not that smart of a kitty.
you don't know what's going on.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna run in first. And then inside I have big orc guy by the window, right? Is that correct, Christy?
There's 2 people by the window. There is the big orc, and who has Erasmus near him, and then you can see someone hiding under a bed, or kind of partly behind a bed.
All right, I'm gonna run past the orc, and he can do whatever he wants to try to me. and go to the window. And attack one of the window peoples. That does not hit.
The window people.
The window people are going down.
It sounds like some kind of like folklore where people are standing outside your window. The window people.
The window people.
They're a
Say
sign. They're
left
an
or
omen
right.
of death.
I'm sorry, what? What was
Say
that, Chrissy?
left or right.
Left.
Left or right? Which one?
Left.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Go ahead and take a swing.
Okay.
Beat the shit out of them.
Oh, 25. I am going to beat the shit out of them. And I'm going to spend a key point, and they got to do a thing.
Ooh, a stunning strike.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to stun these assholes. They're staying behind. Con save.
It's a con save, yep.
Okay.
I think my DC 16?
It's based on your wisdom.
Yeah.
He rolled a 17.
17. So he's fine on that one. That's okay. Because I'm just going to punch him more into his head.
This is, just so you know, this is the guy you've been looking for. You can tell now.
Good. Then he's about to get punched a whole lot of times.
Don't you do damage still with a stunning strike?
Oh, yeah. I still do it. Oh, yeah. No, I still do damage. Yeah.
Okay.
So he still takes 7.
Okay.
He still
You
takes
want to
7
question
damage.
them, though, yes.
That's why I'm going to try to stun him, but I still
Sure.
need
No,
him to
no,
take
good
some
call,
damage.
good call.
So he's going to get punch number 10, which I'm assuming does not hit.
Nope.
And then, since that doesn't hit, that's fine. And then I'm going to do flurry of blows for my bonus action.
You're gonna end up killing him.
27 and 11. I'm assuming the 11 doesn't hit.
All right. The 27 does.
Okay, and then another con save.
Okay.
Hey, you missed your
Oh,
extra attack, by the way.
No, I did my extra attack.
You did a main hand and an offhand, but you get a main hand again. Because you're a monk, you get the extra attack feature.
Yeah.
I get too many attacks. Yes, I am missing one more.
Mhm.
So, okay. This one does 6 damage, and then the last one. So many hands.
All the hands.
All
And
the
for-
hands. 17.
And Flurry of Blows gives you 2 attacks.
Yeah.
So the first one,
of them
was
does.
27. The second one was 11. So
Yeah. You just get so many attacks.
I get so many attacks. I forget how many attacks.
Need a flow chart.
All
like
right,
I
that
have.
way-
Wait, how close? Wait, hold on. How close is he to me? Oh wait, sorry, no, I'm not even here. Never mind.
Okay. Okay, that one hits, and one more con save.
Okay.
I don't get stoned, you son of a...
Wait, can you keep doing
Get
it?
stunned. Yeah, I can do it after every attack. Yes!
Yes.
Yeah.
Stunned!
He's
is
stunned until the end of your next turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's enough.
He is stunned and still takes the 7 damage.
Okay. He is starting to look a little rough.
Good.
Good.
Okay. So let's see.
Let's go kitty cat crew.
Yeah. Let's jump in and do all the punching. There's a lot of key points there. That's okay.
All right. So the orc is going to turn around and he has multi-attack against reverence with advantage, which is good because the first one, okay, 11 plus, let's see. Uh, 15 doesn't hit, right?
Nope.
Dang. Come on and hit. Somebody hit a rest. Someone hit reference.
All it takes is like 2 hits. I only got like 47 health.
That doesn't quite do it.
Damn.
17.
17 finally hits, yes.
All right. Yay.
Lucky I don't have. If I had verbal right now, I could cancel that.
Yeah.
All right. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 8. 8 damage.
All right.
Those extra 5 came in handy.
Yes, it did.
So that's all that he's got right now. Let's see. That leads us to Reverence. It's your turn.
All right, then I'm going to exchange blows with this feller.
All right.
A duel, you see?
A 9.
No. Plus a D4.
If I wanted to use it now, do I want to use it now? I don't think that would hit if I even got a 4.
Is it once per turn? I think it's every.
What is it called? Bless?
What?
No, it's every attack for
It's
a
all
minute.
attack rolls.
Yeah, it's all.
Oh,
it's
it's every
whenever. Yeah, I read the
Oh.
rules to see if it's first, but it says whenever an attack
okay.
or save throws or anything.
Although I'm gonna hazard a guess and say his.
Oh wait, but it's
Probably.
concentration. We lost our bless.
Oh, that's true.
You
Yep.
you have silence on, so yeah, we don't have
Oh,
bless anymore.
yeah, right. No.
Yep. Okay.
That's okay. I got a second attack. Let's do it.
Okay.
11. Missed.
No.
That's okay.
All right. Yeah.
This
so-
hammer's too big. Like, I'm
A
not
little room.
hitting the ceiling, hitting furniture.
Good thing we have silence in the room. Reverence is hitting anything but the people.
All right. So the spy on the right is going to. Yeah, neither of those hit, right? 13 and 13.
Who's he attacking?
Blue. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no. AC is 19.
Is going to disengage and then jump out the window.
Is he running past anyone?
He
No.
disengaged.
He disengaged.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, and he will, or she actually, this is a she, will roll a d20. All right. Looks like she might have hurt herself a bit on the way down, but what are you going to do? I'm sure you're all very worried for her. All right. And it is now, so she's gone. Christy,
Yes.
Elspeth,
Yeah. So Elsbeth knows that there are people in the room, so she's going to drop
what
concentration.
it is your turn.
Yep. Yeah. So she knows there's people in the room, so she's going to now drop concentration and go into the room and cast Hold Persons at 3rd level to hold both people that she sees fighting with her party members. So that's a
Okay.
wisdom saving throw against being paralyzed.
All right. Let's see. Wisdom saving throw. All right. So this is, yeah, that one does not work. So the orc is held. And let's see. So you have no way of knowing that the other person is stunned. So I'm going to assume that you would
Well, that
go
wouldn't matter.
after the blonde guy. Does he?
Well, I was
I
going to hold
guess I
both
guess-
people. In
Yeah,
the
he
room.
doesn't make it.
So they're paralyzed now, I guess.
Yeah, there is a third person. Yeah.
I have to see them, though.
Yeah, but there. Would you have gone and tried to stun all 3 people?
Well, I was prepared with a 4th level spell, but I didn't know how many people were in the room until she stepped into it. So she would only be able to hold the people that she saw. So if someone jumped out the window before, that person was gone, right?
There were four people in the room. So
Okay.
the third one is hiding or thinks they're hiding.
Oh, and I have my passive perception
Um,
at 17.
Yeah, you would be able to see
Yeah.
all three.
Yeah.
All right, so they have to roll their save then too. Okay, that one's gonna
They
make
made it, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
So-
They're so those two are paralyzed now. For the duration.
They can make a save every turn.
Okay, yes. As long as we're in combat.
Mm-hmm.
It lasts for 1 minute.
Yep.
So who are paralyzed?
Orc. And the baddie.
Okay.
The guy behind the bed's fine.
And you can talk again.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
We also make noise again.
So Rasmus, it is your turn.
Oh boy. So, okay, the fear of the mind here. I'm standing. I got away from the guys. I have a guy standing beside me. Like
What's your passive perception?
9. So I can't see the guy who hit.
Okay, so the guy who hid you don't see.
But I have. How close am I to like the other twos, and how close are my allies to them?
The orc is about 10 feet away from you, maybe, and right next to Reverence, being held. But I don't know if you know that, if you're aware. And the other guy is by the window, maybe like 25 feet near Blue. I don't know how close you are, Blue. If you've probably stayed pretty close to him.
Yes.
So.
Okay, well, I think it is time to cast
Fire for the whole room.
Scorching Ray on the orc. And because he's paralyzed, I would have advantage anyways because he's the reverence near to him. So let's cast all 4 rays of Scorching Ray directly at his ass.
You're gonna murder
Okay.
these people.
He's not the guy we need to talk to.
That you think so far as you know.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, have your fun, but then don't
They're
try not to
dead.
kill them.
They're all dead. They're all dead.
I'm only attacking one person. We only need the guy who's been stalking us.
What's
They're
your
all
alignment
dead.
again?
Chaotic something.
Chaotic neutral.
Okay.
This is completely within my character to kill the guy.
Yeah.
That hits.
The class for doing whatever the fuck you want in the moment. Just going, I'm chaotic neutral.
6.
Alignment, I should say, not class.
He's looking bad.
23. That hits.
Yeah, go ahead. You kill him.
Perfect.
He's very dead.
Mm-hmm.
What about the other rays?
Well, I'm gonna.
You already got beat up. We don't. We
You
need
set the building on
information out of
fire.
her. It's just,
I don't
stop
think I
talking.
can
It's not your turn.
non-lethal damage with this.
Just aim it at the building.
Light the building on fire.
You've gone unnoticed this far.
I don't think explosive rays of magic are going unnoticed.
Unfortunately, we were going unnoticed.
Also all the other things.
Well, it was quiet until just a second ago.
Whoa!
Now I regret taking the silence off the room. But I needed whole persons.
What are you gonna do, Rasmus?
Well, do I have to target the rest of the 2 other rays or something?
I think you got to do something with the rays. I don't know that you have to target somebody.
Well, I can't target objects with them.
You can target objects with them.
Like out the window?
You could shoot him out the window and alert everybody in the city that there's something happening.
If you want to see what's in the room, there is a bed.
Oh yeah.
Or the
Good target.
corpse.
There are curtains by the window and a small
I mean, you could just desecrate the guy that you already killed.
Yeah, he's not gonna get any more dead.
Target. I'm just gonna target the just gonna shoot at him. That's entirely within character to just like fucking that guy is big. He needs to die. I don't even notice that I've killed him until after I fight all 4 rays.
Okay. Go ahead if you want. Go ahead.
He's dead.
How much damage you do to the corpse?
22.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
15. That hits.
Wow.
And
Except.
Well, see, the way I'm saying it is because of the held person, it sort of held him up for a bit. He wasn't able to just immediately drop.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, he stayed paralyzed
For just a moment, and that was enough to take 2 more shots of blasting, scorching ray, and now his body is on fire, and he is smoldering in front of reverence.
Am I obliged to point out that one of those
you just hear Rasmus like giggling to himself.
wasn't one of those a crit fail?
No, I
Yeah,
have
but he had
advantage.
advantage.
Oh, okay, got it. Whew.
So this leaves us. Okay.
Oh boy.
That other spy is going to make a run past Blue and is going to try to take the blonde out the window with him. So I'm going to.
Now that will get an attack of opportunity.
That's going to get an attack of opportunity for sure. And Blue, I'm going to say that you can attempt to. Instead of just a simple attack, you can attempt to stop him from getting the blonde.
Stunning strike on the other guy.
Yeah, can I do a stunning strike on him?
Yeah, you can try.
Uh-huh.
All right, so as he runs past, he grabs the blonde. If you hit...
Come on.
15.
15 does hit. All right, so it's a wisdom save for him.
It's a con save.
Con save.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
He still did damage.
Still did damage.
Yep. Go ahead and do damage.
11.
All right, so 11 damage. That's a hurty.
Is grappling an attack?
I mean, I think so, but I don't.
Yo,
Well, I don't know if it's an attack of opportunity attack.
Okay, that's the question.
No, it isn't because that otherwise the sentinel feat would be pointless.
Okay, I was just thinking if you're going out the window, you're going to show your ass and someone could grab you around the waist, but it's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a dexterity now.
That's okay. They're not getting far.
I mean, he's jumping out a window with another person who was paralyzed. That can't be easy.
He's going to take a few more, even with his dex and a 16, that's not quite enough, so he's now got, all right. And let's see.
That's okay. I can jump out windows.
Now it's going to be...
I don't need to.
Because he wasn't necessarily trying to save him. So that is going to be, let's see, the falling damage.
I would just say he fails to save, so he just takes full fall damage, right?
Yeah, and let me see what falling. 1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet it fell.
Isn't the first 10 feet like, isn't there something like the first 10 feet don't do damage?
No.
No,
It's every
it's just that-
10 feet.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, you're so lucky. He didn't. It didn't do enough damage to kill him. This so close. So close.
We have a revivified.
Oh, that's true. We don't have to worry about killing. We might spend the revivify on Sketchy Elf. We're gonna kill you and then bring you back to life.
Secondary, so you see him run out, and he pushes the guy out the window in order to just let him fall to hopefully his death, what he would assume is his death while jumping. And then he makes a damn run for it. And he is okay. That brings us to Blue.
Oh, Blue can talk now, and Blue's got a haste ring.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far he is, but if I need to, I will max out my movement speed for it.
He cannot run away from you.
No. It's
All right.
90, 180, 360?
All right, first
at
you've
most?
got to
No
roll.
scope.
You've got to roll acrobatics if you're going to jump out the window.
He has slow fall, doesn't
I
he?
do have slow fall.
Yes, he does.
Okay, go for it.
So I pretty much I don't take some amount of damage, but
I think it's
13, and then I don't take 5 times 7, 35 damage. I don't take.
All right. Well, I don't think it's going to come to 35 damage anyway.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to assume that you make it. Let me see something. Slow fall is just like a class ability.
Yeah, it's just on by default.
Mhm.
All right. So go ahead.
Yes. I am-
Are you going to go at your at the other guy, or are you going to try to go and run off after the other
Oh,
spy?
God, they're both down here.
So
take out the
once-
one that's
That's
not
not
paralyzed.
Oh wait, I can knock this guy out. He's stunned.
Also, I have to be able to see him, so if he's been knocked out the window, I guess I would have to use, like, I don't know if I'm going to
No, you're gonna have to be able to see him when you cast it.
Okay, well then the
Face
distance is
nothing
okay.
afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm gonna knock the guy who's the guy who's stunned unconscious first.
He's not stunned, he's
And-
paralyzed.
I stunned him like my last
Right,
turn.
but then I
Yeah, but paralyzed is even worse.
Oh,
Paralyzed
paralyzed,
is
whatever.
better stun.
Oh, and that lasts longer anyway, right?
Yep, it
Yeah.
lasts.
This
Well, but he
lasting
can get
minute.
out of it. But he can get out of that one.
Well, yeah, but he's got to take his turn, but yeah. That's his
Yeah.
turn.
No,
But
I'm still
get
gonna knock
hold
him
of the other
unconscious.
guy.
I'll knock him unconscious. It'll be fine. He's
Okay.
not- Yes.
So
yes,
you're
I'm
doing
gonna-
non-lethal damage.
non-lethal. Yes, I want to knock him unconscious, not actually kill him.
All right.
So 23
Yeah.
or 25. I think I get advantage.
Yeah. You get advantage, and it doesn't matter.
Eight.
All right. You knock him out.
Okay. Now going after the other guy.
All right. So first you have to roll perception against this guy's natural stealth. Ooh, pretty good. Oh yeah. You know exactly where he went.
He's just panic running.
Yeah, not even trying.
And
Oh fuck off.
I mean, you would have to be able to overtake him. You're
Oh, yeah.
that fast, right?
I'm at 9. Yeah,
You're at
I can
haste.
go up to 360 if I really needed to.
All right. So
Yes.
you catch up to him as he's running out of the way. Are you gonna try to hit him?
Oh yeah, we're gonna stun him too.
All right.
So he is going to. So let's see. I did one action. So now he gets his. I get my second 19.
19 hits.
All right, and con save and damage and all that.
How many key points? Are you keeping track of how many key
Yeah,
points?
I'm down. I have 3 left. Now I have 2 left.
All right. So he definitely does not make it.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Finally, these guys were rolling really
Finally,
well.
he's done.
They were rolling so
All
well.
right. And then I'm just gonna use my second haste action to grapple him and hold him down, which I think he automatically fails because he's stunned.
He's stunned.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna use it to grapple and then eventually pin down.
All right. So, as the rest of you, and we can go out of initiative now. We're basically everybody's stunned or unconscious. You're holding him in the middle of the street.
It's the rough part of town.
It is the rough part of town.
Imagine this giant cat wrapped around a person.
There is a bloody unconscious blonde elf right below the window. And now I guess what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna crawl out the window and try and get down to that guy.
All right, acrobatics.
Why? There's stairs.
16. Yeah.
Yeah, you make it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish out 10 gold pieces and walk downstairs into the bar owner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to slide him a 5 gold and say, we had a little thing with the door. This is for damages and inconvenience. Then I slide him another 5 gold and like everybody in the bar drinks for free. Until this is gone.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. I'm hoping with advantage because I just slide him a lot of money.
No, I think it's gonna cancel out.
Damn it. She's trying to be so smooth.
Yeah, she tried.
I mean, you paid for the door.
He says, gonna be another 20 of those.
So she rolls her eyes, pulls out another 20, and slides it over. Not in the drinks pile, in the door pile.
He says, you got 3 minutes. Get the hell out of my bar.
Okay, on our way out. So kind of like motion everybody past me. I was like, he loves me, it's fine.
That's what that looked like to me.
He just looks like a grumpy guy.
So in other words, wait, is the bar guy assuming that your love making was what destroyed the door?
Absolutely. It's also what set that guy on fire.
That's how hard it was.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, yeah,
Hey,
let's
guess
go.
what? We probably should leave the city.
Yeah.
We need to wait 3 days.
We need
can
to wait 3 days
outside
while
the city.
Manhunt looks for us.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can-
No, we haven't done anything illegal.
We just walked into a bar, walked up the stairs. A man was set on fire in a bedroom. Then we left the bar with
And a
everyone who
corpse.
could have possibly
He's a
seen us.
bad guy.
And a corpse.
A bad guy. That's what we'll tell the police.
I agree.
Your Honor, he was a bad guy. Come on.
The only way to
didn't
stop
do
a
it.
bad
A
guy
little
with
gnome
magic is
did
a
it.
good guy with magic.
All right, what are we going to do with this guy? We have to interrogate him, but I agree. We should get out of the
I could
city.
use
Well, I jumped down, so I'm gonna tie him up.
Okay, is there a dark alley? Can we look around? Is there a dark alley that's low
someone want to
traffic
help the
around us?
cat.
The whole place is
There's
made of
definitely dark alleys. The whole place is.
I wait. Like, I'm assuming you come out the door as I tie him up.
Yeah, we pick him up and we, I guess, reverence would probably be the best to kind of.
Yeah, and Blue carries the guy he
No,
has.
and we go toward Blue.
I don't carry anybody. I cannot carry anybody. I'm
We
not
head
that
toward
strong.
Blue so we can regroup into a dark alley with these two and interrogate
Exactly.
them.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to bother to be stealthy here. We're just going to own this at this point. Like, yeah, we're fucking badasses. Don't mess with us. So, yeah.
As we get in, like in the alley, the guy who's unconscious, I like give him a few slaps to wake him up.
The blonde or.
The blonde, yeah.
Well, he's
wakes
paralyzed
up.
until I drop the spell, or a minute goes by. But I guess it's been more than a minute.
He's also unconscious.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I try to like make him not unconscious, like I shake
Yeah.
him.
He appears not. He seems to be. You notice that instead of a frozen glazed look in his open eyes, which were paralyzed so he couldn't close them, now he appears to be like aware or alert. But he's still.
Hello there. Nice to finally be able to talk to you, you little fucker.
So you recognize us?
Nobody's talking. He's frozen.
I know. I'm just being.
So I will walk up to him and say, "You know who we are."
And I think you know why we're here. So once this paralysis wears off, you might want to tell us a few things. Or I'll heat up a nail and shove it into you.
Jesus.
God.
Calm down.
Jeez.
You want that?
Is there something we need to talk about?
That's a bad cop. Okay, we've established bad cop.
Erasmus, please. I understand your fetish for heat, but
I wasn't actually gonna do it.
I'm sure. Listen, friend. You have been giving us nothing but trouble. We don't particularly know why. I don't really care. It has to stop, though. So, here we are. The question really is do you wish to leave this alleyway alive tonight?
Roll intimidation.
Sure.
Wait, then you're gonna kill him. I was just threatening torture.
Yeah, he's still frozen. So
How's he frozen exactly?
he's paralyzed from Elspeth.
Oh, that's only a minute.
Hasn't gone past.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought.
and I would assume she would have dropped concentration on it.
Well, we talked. We actually had the sort of. We said he was paralyzed, and then that went off, but he was still unconscious, and then he woke up. That was the timeline. My understanding of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He looks at you and says, "Well, I would like to be alive."
That's wonderful news. It's wonderful news, and then we can work together. It's great.
We have an agreement.
Why are you following us?
I wasn't following you. I was in the bar.
Oh, that's just so silly for you to say. You're everywhere we go, we see you. And for some reason, we keep getting attacked by very specific things.
That sounds terrible.
Playing coy with me is the worst thing you can do.
I make a fire cat so that Erasmus can start heating up a nail.
I gladly start heating up a nail.
He is insane. I will not lie to you.
Really? And your goddess will be all right with you torturing prisoners?
I'm not torturing you. I'm telling you. I'm not torturing you at all. And I'm sure Erasmus won't torture you, right, Erasmus?
Only a little.
Regardless, you've done horrible things. You're a horrible person. And I'm not following a god of law and order, if you would. I'm not one of those paladins.
I know your goddess.
And you're
strange. That's a strange thing to say for a person who hasn't been following us.
I may know who you are, but I haven't hurt you or attacked you directly once.
Come on.
That's not really the issue here.
I'm insight. I'll do an insight on him.
Please do.
For the fucks of it.
All right, insight. What are you trying to?
I'm discerning how truthful he is speaking to me, and if he's just avoiding answering questions, that
Okay.
11, of course.
Everything he says seems to be truthful at this point.
So,
Hard to read. I gotcha.
Elsbeth has been watching all this. Can she have a go?
Sure.
Step forward. Okay, and look at him and say, when we went to places around the continent, we would learn that you had been saying terrible things about us. And I'm very curious as to where you derived your bad opinion of us from.
He looks at you and says, maybe I just didn't like your face.
Where did you know my face from to not like it? Because oftentimes you were ahead of us.
What can I say? I took an instant dislike. I think that you're in trouble.
All right, can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
Damn.
All right. Well, clearly he's not being terribly forthcoming. Let's see.
I think it's nail time.
There is. You got a very good insight. So, what specifically were you looking for?
So I was trying to decide if his the way he was speaking to me, was he trying to present a false story, or was he being truthful in terms of not liking us, or is he just playing coy and giving an excuse that sounds plausible?
He is. I think he probably doesn't care for you, but he is. He's definitely playing coy, but you can tell with your insight skill. There's a fear there, and it's not fear of you guys.
Yeah. So I look around saying he's working for somebody.
You're working with the elves, aren't you? The extremists.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Insight.
Crap.
All right, go ahead.
You want to insight with me, Christy?
I'll give you help. I'll give you guidance if you want.
How about you just make it with advantage then?
Oh, okay. All right, we'll do that.
Since we're both doing it.
Yeah, we are
anyway.
both talking to him, and I've been watching him carefully to try to glean. So
19.
He's lying. He knows who you're talking about.
Absolutely.
there you go.
Listen, friend. They don't have to know anything. You could have said you ran away, you escaped. That fellow over there, he works with you then. You hire orcs and whatnot for your adventures. Strange. I figured it would all be elves.
Racist.
They're elven racist.
Yeah.
Roll perception, persuasion on that one.
All right. Persuasion. 12. Which is actually a 5 on the dice. So
Yeah.
I should have given you guidance.
I mean, it doesn't make sense really. You're sitting there like just going, "God bless you," over and over and over again, touching me.
Well, it does if he gives you an extra 4 points.
No, she's just in the background, like being a hype man, just going aiming at every time.
Always. Okay. Anyway.
He says, these are just friends.
Oh my God!
Really?
Here's the nail. Turn around, Reverend.
So I turn to the I turn to the party members and say, "What was the name of that guy we killed?" And then I watch his reaction while they try to remember the name of that lord that fireballed him.
I can't remember him.
My notes are on the other side of the room, and my foot's propped up. Sorry.
Could we I don't know? Could we say it was Dave? That was the guy's name.
No,
The guy
Dave
you
is the
killed?
elk.
The professor who was also a racist elf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. His name was Let me make sure to get it right. It's
Yeah.
Jensen.
Yes, that's yes.
Is it? Yes, that's who he killed. I'm watching his reaction to see if he recognizes the name.
Okay, roll insight.
With advantage.
22.
He recognizes that name. And in fact, he looks a little. When you mention killing him, he looks a bit wounded, like a bit hurt.
That's what the action I was looking for. Perfect.
So, it was them. I figured it probably was. I guess we'll have to give them a bit of a call. After we're done here, of course. Well, I believe we're done with these fellas. I think we got all the information we need. We do not need a nail. Please put the nail away. I was never going to let you kill someone with a nail.
I wasn't going to do it. It was an intimidation tactic.
I just don't believe you at this point.
I'm a pyromaniac. No,
anyway,
rope. I think it's a good thing we bought some rope.
I don't think we rope any of them. I think we just let them go. Are they going to go to the police? They're spies.
That's true.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
who are they going to tell on us at this point?
Listen, my friends. You and I, we've had our altercation here tonight. Nothing ever happened. We attacked you, and you jumped out the window and escaped. That's what you'll tell your friends. And
you'll leave us alone.
You'll leave us alone for the time being. Understood?
I can break your knee so that it looks more real.
Persuasion with advantage.
Okay. Cool. Persuasion.
Ooh, nice.
He says, well, you'll never see me again, but...
Oh, I hope not, because you would regret that very, very quickly.
But, my friend, if you think that I'm the worst of your problems, you are really confused.
Oh, I absolutely don't think you're the worst of my problems. You were actually quite easy to take care of. But it's just good to know that where we stand. Your friend, he can be trusted not to speak either. He wishes to save his own life, correct?
Have you let him go? The blonde guy?
I thought we just like tied him up and sat on him.
The two people are tied up. No one's let go of yet.
He says, don't worry about him.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad we can all have this arrangement. All right, well, let him go.
All right, we untie them.
Okay. The other one was stunned, right?
Yeah, but that was like a one-round thing.
Yeah, he's not stunned anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Can you describe? Do you let who unties who? What does?
Dude who was knocked unconscious. I don't think we really had him too much tied up, so we'll just knock him out. We'll let him go first, and then the other guy will untie afterwards, or whatever. Unless he wait for him, then he can,
All right. So the blonde guy was not tied.
No, he was tied. I tied him.
Okay.
No,
He was unconscious, so he wouldn't move when.
I think they both got tied. The guy was unconscious. The other guy was stunned and grappled by Kitty, and then tied.
Yeah, so we'll untie the guy that we were actually after first, and then we'll untie the other one next.
Okay. Okay. All right. So that happens, and then they walk away.
Cool. And we walk away.
Yeah, maybe we should get our stuff from the hotel and leave town.
I still have bracers.
No, you can.
Did you pay for those bracers?
We can go
She
out.
was so nice. I can't not pay for those bracers.
Listen.
We can come back for the bracers.
We just did a crime.
Yes, we have a disguise self spell. Someone can go and collect the bracers. You can wear a mask. We'll figure something out.
Very concerned about my bracers. She was so lovely and did such a great job.
Look, like if we go into the nice part of town and stay there, they
Probably.
they're not.
I don't think that bartender's
They're gonna
gonna try to.
they didn't know we were coming. We fucked up their plans.
All right, let's just go back to the posh hotel and see. I guess.
If we go to jail.
All right, like roll intelligence. Somebody.
Who's intelligent?
Someone with intelligence, please roll intelligence.
Mine is 11, so.
No, okay, I'll go.
First of all, at least one of the spies got a head start on you. Got away clean. Went you don't know where. And you can assume that spies don't just like go hang out together in a room. Like there are networks of spies, right? So you can reasonably assume that under the circumstances, you're going to at the very least have people looking out for you.
They're gonna look to kick our ass. We got the spy network out against us in the city.
Yeah, we should go.
Yep. Oh, I really like that posh hotel as well. So yeah.
Every time we fucking order something, we don't get it. I still have my tail.
I think we can still hang out here and
You know what?
I think we should go away and give it a couple days to cool off, and then you can go back, or two of us can go back with a disguise self or whatever. But we need to get out here tonight.
I need to leave.
Stands out.
I will be on all the fucking posters.
It's true.
Right.
You two were actually seen like walking out. Erasmus and I jumped out a window.
So are we agreed now? When we get back to the place,
guess.
we're gonna collect our things.
Go pick up our shit and go.
Yeah, we already paid, so we don't even have to talk to anybody. Just get our stuff and go.
And get out.
Okay. So this seems like a natural time then. I mean, it's getting very late by the time you get back.
Mm-hmm.
You get your stuff. You get out. There are 3 different gates. Do you leave by the one you came in or a different one going north?
I would assume. The closest one.
Well, is it the main one? I don't know. Maybe we want to go out. Do we want to go to a busy gate, or we want to go out a quiet gate?
A busy one. Well, it doesn't matter which gate we go out of. There are gonna be guards. If they try to attack us there, the guards are gonna be, hey, what the fuck is going on? And like prevent us from being killed.
Right. So are we going?
I'm also not sure we know which is a busy gate or not a busy
Let's
gate.
just go at the gate we came.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that the one heading
So
back
that-
toward Blackwater Bay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you head down. It is none of the gates are busy at this time. You get the sense that it's unusual for people to leave in the middle of the night, but not completely unheard of.
It's still before
You know,
10 o'clock.
Few people around. The guard that is there is a black-haired dwarf. He looks up at you and says, "What are you doing? State your business and name, please."
My name is Reverence, and we are heading south.
Reverence, how long have you been in the city?
Just today, we aim to pick up some things from the market.
Told not to stay more than a day.
We were told not to stay more than a day, and we are eager to get on with our journey.
Okay, roll persuasion with advantage,
Okay.
since there's 2 of you.
11.
Let's see.
Hopefully he's not too excited about the concept of fighting somebody.
Or he doesn't care who leaves the city.
Yeah, that too.
He turns, he goes back to the records, looks through, looks at the 4 of you, and he, do you have anything to declare?
Such as?
What did you purchase while you were here?
I pull out the chain.
Blue comes over.
You came into the city to purchase a gold chain.
It's a silver chain, but also
and other stuff.
No,
I
we
pulled
were
up.
You get out
We
the
were here to-
receipt for the braces.
we were also here to purchase some bracers.
Here's the
It's
receipt.
been commissioned. You have the what she told us before we left.
Oh, Celia. Celia said to come back in 3 days
Yeah.
for them.
Eyelashes.
Eyelash.
That's what Celia means.
Oh, I just thought you were taken with her eyelashes.
No, that's what the word means.
Okay. So yeah, hand him the receipt from the kitty.
Interesting note. He nods and he says, "Fair enough. Watch yourselves on the roads, why don't you?"
Well,
Yes, it's sad to leave a safe city behind, but we have to go out in the dark world.
It just gives you a side-eyed look and lets you go.
All right, we're on our way. We're getting the fuck out of here. At once we're about a mile out of town. I'm like, okay, where the fuck is my elk?
Where are our horses? We had horses.
Yes, where did we stable our horses?
I'm assuming that you would, when you stopped at the inn, you sort of stabled up your horses and then took them with you on your way out. I would assume that would be what you would.
we wouldn't just leave them behind.
Yeah.
Outside the city gates, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not. That would be stupid.
All right, so where are we headed? At least we want to pick a direction.
Somewhere,
I want out of this region entirely. I believe we should just head straight south into the mountains until we just get somewhere else, another kingdom perhaps.
Yeah, this place is kind of weird.
Okay.
If we head straight south, the kingdom we will get to is the Dragonborn Kingdom, which is a militaristic
All right. Hang on. Let me go and
dictatorship.
get the larger map for a second. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's no. Sorry.
We either heading into the corruption or into.
Well, it would be a hell of a thing to get into the corruption.
Exactly.
There is no way to avoid Strakoi altogether. You would at least pass through a little for a day or so. However, and this is something that Elspeth would probably know, it's a border area that you could get through. You could go, if you went pretty damn close to the corruption, you could get to Nibrogo, which is the capital city of Moravia.
Sure.
Oh.
So, yes, you would end up being in Strakoi, but most of the Dragonborn of Strakoi live on the islands. They're not overly... they don't spend as much time in the sort of the mainland, and particularly not along the borderlands.
And if we get to Moravia, I have contacts there. I could get us a boat back to Pencurve or even Mouflon.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's probably where we should end there.
The
Okay,
only
works.
thing is, if we were going to be traveling, I don't know if we could travel at all before we leave, but I at least want to try. I guess I have detect magic. Do I have detect magic? I want to at least find out if this trident. Do we? We don't even know if it's magic, do we?
That's probably a good idea.
Okay.
Let's see. Yes, I do have detect magic, but I need a day to repair it.
Yeah, I could prepare it. I could also.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
All right,
prepare it in
just
case
camp out
mine
in the
fails.
You could probably just camp out for the night and then, because it's late. It's like way late.
Anyway, yeah. But just
around
hey,
midnight
time of
or
day
something
we've
like
been
that.
doing. Yeah,
but
it's probably worth sitting and spending the night outside and figuring out what exactly
Sorry?
we need to do.
Yep. Sensing the present of, so I can like get it out of the bag while we're, and either that, I guess the next morning I'd do it, and I can see if it's magic and learn at school, if any. And anything else magic around me within 30 feet. So
The chain was magical.
Oh, look, Maddie's magic.
Magic,
Yes.
Maddie's magic.
I mean, the trident is definitely magic. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out, because a lot of times these weapons don't necessarily have schools listed.
That's why it says if any.
Well, you can probably work out what, like, based on what it does.
I think that it would be evocation. But let me double check that before next week.
Okay.
I will make a note.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I guess you're not getting your your braces.
I don't want my bracers.
We could just camp out for a couple days, like I said, and run back.
I'm not sure we.
Yeah, and get in and get them before.
I think if we're in there during the day and leave at night, we might be fairly safe.
If you go in, like about 6 o'clock in the evening, and just go pick it up at shop close.
Just be around in the day. They're not gonna.
I mean, I can go in disguised as something else, and with the receipt and pick them up.
Okay, so
I also don't think they'll mess with us and like in the main shopping center in the middle of the day.
No,
like I don't think they're gonna just jump us and we won't be able to do.
They
anything
might narc
about
us
it.
out to the city guard for something, though.
They might. Yeah, we haven't done.
Yeah,
anything.
then we knock them out
Does it
for
matter?
something back at them.
Yeah, I think we have enough evidence of who they potentially are that they probably don't want to do that either.
Yeah, possibly. That's true. Okay, so we were also, I don't know if we want to do this as part of the stream, but just to update Jess on what we talked about at the start. But we could probably do that off air because otherwise people are hearing it twice. So.
Oh well, people might not have if anyone who wasn't here at the start.
Okay, all right. So we want to just do the quick rundown of.
Yeah, just like not the full talk, but just like quickly run down.
Important things that we've kind of missed is that we still have the eye thing that got away from us.
The blue eye from the Demon Prince.
That we can still go figure out. We have a missing.
What's this about a Demon Prince?
Do you remember?
Yeah, remember when we
ruins?
fought the ogres and there was the blue rock that was chucked into the woods and we couldn't find it?
I wasn't there for that.
I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there for
Oh,
that.
not
okay.
right.
Well, that
That's
would explain
right.
why you don't remember it. So that's
Yeah,
them.
no. Yeah. We were in a little town that was plagued by ogres, and there's a ruin where the ogres camped out.
This is a while ago.
Yeah.
And then we went there, killed the ogres, and they were under the control of this blue stone, and they chucked them into it. They chucked it into the forest, and when me and Blue went in to look for it, it was gone. There was like footprints of something big that carried it off. And this thing we learned has the power to mentally control any evil creatures.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we never found it. Maybe it might be worth going back.
Yeah, and I had a fever dream, a vision quest where I learned that it was the eye of a long imprisoned demon prince. And other things, we have the fact that something which we sort of forgot because it was only brought up like once or twice in an offhand conversation in like session 1 or 2, something like that, is that when 24 years ago, when the whole thing with the dragonborn heir who has to claim the throne.
Yeah,
that was the other thing.
Okay.
And that's why there's likely gonna be a war. And then last we have the fact that we are pretty sure been warned. Elspeth had a dream that the corruption is probably tied to something from the abyssal plane.
Oh yeah, and there's also my mom, my grandma.
Yes.
My grandma.
Grandma, yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to control me.
Ooh, annoying relatives.
She's literally an archfiend.
Is she trying to hook you up with like other?
Oh, Archfiend.
Tieflings?
She's high up.
So we kind of want
she is Zariel.
Nice.
So there's like the racist elf movement. Then, but we kind of they've got it in for us, because we took out their leader. So we figured that out.
And now we took out. We messed with them more.
There was a guy.
I feel like we should.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I feel like we should do the racist elf theme first, so that we're not being
They're
plagued.
only gonna get in the way.
They're only going to get worse.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like, how do we take out a movement of that size?
I think in a couple levels.
Well, we can find out who we can try to find out more about who like where they are and who the
Yeah, but like that's
leader.
Okay. If you take out the leader, that just creates a power vacuum, and then the next person just moves up.
Are they maybe motivated or tied to the corruption?
Well, we don't know that.
Well, we don't know anything about them.
Yeah, so there's
we just know that they want magic to be for elves only.
All right, so one possibility would be to go and like look more into this movement.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's the princess who might exist, who could be found and convinced to claim her throne before the evil chancellor.
Oh, wait! Don't we have? Oh, one of the places we were told we could possibly go was something to do with, I think, bees. Like there was someone in Moradia.
Yeah, there's a lady about bees. We were told that.
And if we go there, we might as well go talk to her.
Yeah,
and figure something out using that before we start hitting anything else. If we were heading that direction, anyways.
If we're in Khaldun, we might as well go hit up my temple because it's like literally just a couple, like a week away from that.
Perfect.
Where's somebody? I'm having a hard time reading. Where's Meridia on the map?
On the bottom right.
Yeah,
bottom
it's the primarily human.
Oh, I see. Okay, yes. Is that peninsula-ish thing?
It's sort of a peninsula.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a lot of mountains.
Yeah, I think the plan should be to head there.
Yeah.
After 3 days.
Yes.
I guess.
After we get your bracers and hide out from the law.
Very important. It's very important.
I'm quite excited about when you go to Moradia.
Yeah. So I think is that where we're going to wrap it up for tonight?
Yeah.
DM? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, it's fine with me.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you're enjoying us figure all this stuff out as much as we're enjoying doing it. And until Wednesday, actually, yeah, you want to talk a little bit about what's going to happen on Wednesday night?
Sure. So Wednesday night, we got ourselves a one-shot going on. That's going to be a high-level one-shot, I believe. Everyone's going to be 16th level.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of lore, or not lore, like the reason that the players are doing this is that they are part of a Assassin's Guild. They do more than assassinate, but Assassin's Guild is their main title. And they are called the Silent Wing. So they're very like a mercenary company kind of thing where they're very professional and do their jobs and whatnots. They have other jobs besides that. They'll steal shit for you and be your bodyguards and whatnots. But they have a job to do, and then we'll see what happens while they're trying to get their job done.
Cool. And also, can I make a special request that we have normally when we start, we kind of like start with the plot, but I'd really like to know the backstory of everybody's character. Because I think in this case, because I think we're all doing multi-builds, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm going straight warlock.
Yeah,
Oh,
same
okay.
here.
Well, I'd still like to know the background of your character and how they kind of came to be who they are. And also, it'll be helpful to know in battle, because if we are assassins and we worked together in the past, we should know that stuff before we get into a fight.
Mm, yeah.
Yes, this is not your first rodeo. You are all like senior officers in this guild. You've all been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah, and we know each
So-
other, and so
yeah,
we
you're
fought together.
you know exactly what you're doing, and whatnot. So when they have an important job, they call on you for it to get it done.
Right, but I would just like to know any advantages I get for standing next to certain people before we start fighting. That's all right.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, well, yeah, come and join us with our high-level one-off game, which should be a lot of fun. And until next time, goodbye, everyone, and goodbye from me, and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Goodbye.
Bye, party.
They all did the bit.